That's sick.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Why is it freezing? No, I've got aces. Don't freeze.
Oh.
I hear it beeping. Ah!
Oh.
No, no.
Call, do something.
Oh, jeez. What's going on?
Call.
Auto call, auto show.
Maybe I should have waited until after I got aces. Oh, sat me out.
That's ridiculous. And then it comes back right after you fold.
Yeah. Oh well. The good news is I didn't lose money.
That
I
is
just
true.
like open folded or whatever. That was gross. Well, I've open folded pocket aces and lost with top set, so
Sick.
doing pretty good so far.
Negative EV coaching equity.
Yeah.
Sounds like merge.
Yeah, it's super laggy right now, but it's still playable, but it's a little laggy.
Do you think it's because of the team view or something that you're lagging so much?
Yeah.
Yeah, TeamViewer isn't the most like resource light or whatever program out there.
I'm sorry, Pat.
It's all good. Yeah, it's still definitely playable. I mean, I probably wouldn't play over 6 tables though. But
Your pop-ups.
yeah, it also kind of messes with the pop-ups a little bit.
Well, anytime you want, man. Just kick me out.
No, that's good. Let's see here.
Oh, you got a blocker bet that turn.
I was thinking about his range. Like,
Yeah, check raise his turn. Yeah, do it.
If I bet, I think he folds a lot, just with his entire range, and I'm not really going to get drawn out on that much. So I figure I'd kind of like...
what's that called? The dry ace play or something?
Oh, the...
Table 6. I love that play. Check raise the turn, repping the club, big club draw.
I'm trying to think about what's the best way to get value here. I'm not sure. Well, I check all the turn, and then now I'm deciding what to do on river. I think because on the turn, if I barrel, I get him to fold a lot. But if I check, he can try to bluff, or if he has a good hand, I have a lot of equity to draw out on him. But then when the ace comes, it improves my hand, but it's kind of hard to improve his hand as well since I have the ace of clubs. So
you're saying you had him smashed the whole time. There's no reason to.
Yeah, I mean, I either have him smashed or he's got me in pretty bad shape. So thinking about the river, if I should have bled out or just checked.
It's 10 and L too.
Yeah.
I don't think he was calling with pocket tens on that river.
Right, I don't think so either.
I would have tried to get him to fold the turn, but that play has worked a few times at like 200 and L, not 10 and L. He's not folding a flush, like a baby flush, you know.
Yeah,
no,
he's definitely not folding that. It's not a PLO where they're like, oh, I've got the second flush.
Right.
No, the second flush is the nuts at 10 and L as far as they're concerned.
Yeah. They can make that fold at 200 and L though.
Yeah. Oh wait, oh shoot, let me oh, never mind. Last time I recorded, I forgot to turn the system sounds on, so people's voices didn't show up, but I just checked and it was on, so we're good. I thought we might have messed it up again.
Everyone's gonna be like, that's why you're winning, Pat, 'cause you have 2 people helping.
Yeah.
I guarantee you he's got a couple of handicaps going on right now.
Oh, probably. So many resources. How can you not use them? You know what I'm saying?
With team viewer and Skype, a microphone. I'm sure he's got a ball game on in the corner.
I'll have each of you on one shoulder being like, shove all in, no fold.
Yeah. That can't help your game.
Hey Brad, are you still able to see my screen through Skype?
No, just the chat.
Cool. I wanted to see if that was still going. I could just quit it somehow. And then,
Call through Team Viewer.
yeah.
You need that meeting ID?
No, you guys are both on it right now. Or at least it
Oh, okay,
says
cool.
participant
Okay.
number 3. I assume that's one of you guys.
That's probably me, because I think I was the last to join.
Tilty wants to get on.
Oh, yeah? Let me go ahead and add him. This should be fun.
I'm glad. I'm glad. Like our interchange between me and Tilty didn't like run him out of the group. I did feel a little bad. I really did.
No, he was super tilted and just left. He was gonna quit poker, but you know how that never works. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
If
quitting
you like to
poker.
play,
Oh,
you're
okay.
gonna.
Well,
We all been there, man.
yeah. So let me go ahead and call Matt up. This would actually be kind of fun to stream, just like a bunch of people, like BSing and playing.
Hell do you want?
Yo,
Tilty.
tons of us. We're streaming right now.
Oh,
Are you
What's
watching?
your favorite?
Oh, actually, I need to give you the.
I didn't know Twitch allows gay porn.
Hey, you want me to read that to him, Pat? I got it written down.
I'll just ship it to him on the chat participant.
Cool.
There you go. Hopefully my computer doesn't blow up. I'm really good at hitting top pair tonight.
Where are you playing?
10 and L on luck. What's this guy's name? F8 RGT Fartget. Oh, so sick. Why did he tank with top 2 pair? Queen. Boom.
Complete. Oh.
Sick.
Oh.
He feels so shitty about that.
I know.
He tanked and got the 3-outer bink.
There's some level of karma in this world.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe I'll just give him the benefit of the doubt. He's probably on multiple tables, and he was like, clicking through, and then, oh, hey, I've got a top 2 pair. I call. It wasn't a slow roll, I don't think. Maybe not.
I don't know. You got a ton of hands on him.
Yeah.
He's tight, but he's a low stacker.
He seals the button 40% though, so I don't know. We have a limper.
Was that Queen Jack that someone limped with on that middle table?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
It was what's this guy's name? F8 RGT Fartget. Okay, so I just brought up the Twitch chat. It doesn't look like anyone asked any questions or anything.
How many views do you have?
It says 1. It's just Derek.
Oh. Derek's on Twitch.
Yep.
I'm just on TeamViewer.
I gave up on Twitch.
You know what it did, Patrick? I logged back in again, and it said again that my account was non-existing.
Really?
And that was my second account I made.
What? What if you're banning your account or something? I don't know why.
I'm
They would have to tell you though.
Yeah. That's weird.
Yeah.
I live on Twitch.
I mean, I would too. I just can't get the thing to work on my iPad. Like, it'll show up, and then the ad will play, and then nothing.
Uh,
There's a Twitch app for the iPad.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I use it, and it's just it works on every other channel. I just can't get pets.
oh, really?
Yeah, every other channel. I can watch every other channel live. I can watch some kid play LOL, Warcraft, whatever I want. Just not you.
That's weird. I downloaded the app too, and I haven't really tried it that much. But the ones I have tried it on haven't really been playing too well.
With my app,
Sure.
I can't browse games. It's
Mm.
retarded.
Oh, you had paper on your shoe. It's off. It fell off. You're good. That paper was stuck to your shoe. Thanks.
Bro, paper on your shit.
Nah, it's just a bunch of guests coming back. Had a couple wedding parties today.
Oh, nice.
There's some justice.
Six just said now there is. Now there is what? What are you talking about, Willis?
Justice.
What's your bankroll up to now?
It was like 273 or something, and then now plus 399.
You're at 399.
Yeah.
What'd
Or
you
no,
start?
wow, this guy keeps folding to me. Plus the $3.99 from the session.
Oh, they meant like 399.
Yeah, not that.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Cool. So how much are you up total?
I
Right
think
now?
well, I just played. This
You
is
just kicked
this is
him
my
out?
second session.
Okay.
Right now,
Thank
I'm
you.
up like 45ish.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the minimum bankroll
Thanks for
you
telling me.
would take a shot at 100 and L at?
$2,000.
Okay. 50 and L, you would take a shot at 1,000.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if tables are really good, I might take a shot with like 1,800, but I need like money in the bank and stuff like that too. But I'm a pretty big bankroll nit. I don't really like to take shots if I'm not like actually there.
Cashed out again.
Nice. Wait,
Uh-oh.
tilt cash out or making money cash out?
No. Making
Tilt
money
cash out.
Oh,
I
really?
got to like 450.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Well, you only had $50 on there, right?
Yeah, it took 470 out the other week. Left me 50.
And then
How
built
fast
that
do you
up.
get?
What?
Wait, so you built up the $50?
Yeah.
Dang, dude, that's sick.
It's also my full tilt 62 low in there.
Nice.
Took all the money off there.
Are you a
that
full
safe for
tilt
now.
or a Poker Stars player now?
Well, full tilt's like too hard right now.
Wait, so there's all these regs on?
Yeah.
I thought it'd be a bunch of fish with their money back.
Yeah, it'll be a bunch of fish on there for a while.
Nope.
Weird.
And I can't use hotkeys. I don't have like a good HUD.
They have a Table Ninja for full tilt.
Yeah, but I bought it for Poker Stars.
That's gay. You don't get it over multiple sites?
No,
That's stupid.
That's retarded.
I know.
How does
I
that make any
might
sense?
still have my key if you want it.
Dude, I can't play without hotkeys. Like, I haven't clicked the fold button in like 7 months.
See, there's no way full tilt poker is harder than Rev or Merge.
No, it's probably not.
I mean, it's still got to be pretty profitable.
Oh man, the cold 4-bet.
It's just It's more profitable because I think overall, like,
With the
North
Kings, Pat?
Americans are better at
Yeah.
poker than in any other country.
Kings
and
versus
half of
aces.
North America
No.
is
No,
not
there's
allowed
no.
to play.
You don't have aces.
Ooh, queens.
Nice.
Queens.
Oh, he queens.
You guys are a bunch of degenerates,
King.
like queens, like nice. You fucking kid.
Ain't that a bitch?
Running good on lock. Definitely running good on lock.
That was ridiculous.
I don't
Yo,
think.
someone tried to hack my Stars account, eh, Pat?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know, it got locked.
Weird.
What? Someone would have to like know your screen name, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I think I know who it was.
Someone
That
you know or
sucks.
what?
Yeah, someone I know.
Well, that's retarded.
What about
I think it was that guy, man.
Remember
I've actually had that happen too.
remember when I was controlling your mouse over a TeamViewer? I wonder if that would have been considered like
No.
something
I
like that.
said it got locked for multiple login failures.
Oof.
Oh wow.
I think it was that guy that I used to hang out with.
Wait, the can I say his name?
No,
The guy that
because you're streaming.
the guy that played League of Legends with?
No.
Uh,
Well, it
Someone
wasn't
else I
me,
know.
Tilty, because I can't log into it.
you should
I mean, you could try. You could. I think technically you could have done it, right?
He was an American, you know that.
to
Yeah, well, I am an American. I guess I partially fit the bill.
USA. You should save up your points and get the RSA token. I still have mine for full tilt.
I mean, like, no one could get my password.
Mm.
I'm sure you got one hell of a cryptic password, Tilty.
I can't wait to play full tilt.
You would
man.
never know my password, nor would it ever show up in a word list. 'Cause I
Really?
made the word.
Oh, nice. Nice.
It's a real word. I made it.
Yeah, like you submitted it to Webster?
No, then it would show up in word list.
Oh, okay. I'm just checking.
UrbanDictionary.com. Ooh.
Dude, I haven't played poker in like 3 days.
Good. Take a little rest. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even need a rest. I've made more money playing Diablo.
Oh god, this guy's 5'3".
How are you making money
Yes.
playing Diablo, if I can be so rude to ask?
Because I'm multi-boxing 4 accounts, and like,
Nice.
I get so many legendary drops that they're worth so much money.
Oh, wow. So you literally, are you just selling accounts?
No, I'm selling items. They have a real money auction house.
Oh, that's sick, dude.
So bad though. I haven't studied. I haven't studied for poker in like a long time.
That's all I have been doing since I haven't been playing. I've just been studying.
My whiteboard has the same stuff it had on it like a month ago.
Oh, we got another one. Derek wants on.
Oh. Okay.
S1X?
He's not invited. Just kidding. Let me go ahead and
You tell him.
we'll go ahead and call. Ring, ring, ring. It says it's calling. But it always takes them a while.
And it's like Derek doesn't understand what it looks like at the start.
It's like, what is
Weird.
this?
There he is.
Yeah, hey?
Hey,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey.
whoa. There's the TeamViewer info.
Yes, there is. Okay.
Ooh. So flat.
I still haven't actually exited my session. I'll be in the background just slinking in and out with one-liners in the meantime.
Okay. Classic Derek.
He's slinking. That's awesome.
fold.
That's an annoying sound.
Beep beep beep.
That would insta-tilt me.
Merge was
Poker
worse.
The Poker Stars default was worse.
Merge was a loud doorbell.
Yeah, well,
I find
Come
full
on.
tilts quite soothing.
Jack. Oh.
Come on, Pat. Look at these huge hands, man.
The old merge time running out sound was just lame. Wah, wah, wah.
Why do you keep flatting with these huge hands?
He's a nit. A huge nit. He's
It's like
13.
two nits in the same pot with huge hands.
He's 13-6, so I've got to not raise him.
That's like one of the hands you can do that with, though.
I don't know. Because I can't really get it in pre-flop with him. He's so tight. He never raises.
You don't necessarily want to. You're raising for value to ISO for one, and then if that doesn't work and you get like cold 4-bet, then you know where you are against a huge
What'd
nit.
you do?
Then you can fold.
I guess. The thing is...
Flatting there was fine because you hit, I think, but
Yeah.
took a passive line.
His pre-flop range is 6% over 260 hands. So I imagine that, 6%, if you do that in a poker stove, is really tight. That's like 10s plus or like 9s plus in ace king or something. It's really tight.
What'd you do?
What's that?
What'd you do?
What did I do?
I'm farming. I can no time to watch.
He's flopping nuts left and right.
The nizzles. It's gonna lose somehow.
What'd you do? You still didn't say what you did.
Is playing it slowly worth possibly not being able to get it in on 3 streets if he doesn't have a lower flush or something?
Is some value worth the risk of not getting full value?
It's true. I'll try.
What I've noticed is that getting some value is always better than possibly getting no value or getting destroyed.
I think in a deep game, getting more money in the pot is going to win.
I'd say it's much better. It's much better for your mental state, but Derek was made by the same people who programmed the Terminator, so.
Yeah.
Thank you.
R2D2 over there.
He can never have a huge hand here. I think I gotta bet like $1 for thin value.
Yeah, that's what I meant by like a 4th heart coming like kills the action completely if he doesn't have lower flush.
Yeah.
Completely killed the action.
I was hoping he would just spaz jam as a bluff or something. He probably has... Oh, wow. Derek calls it. Oh, wow. How did he not stack off on the turn?
how low was his flush? I couldn't see.
He had a jack-high flush.
Oh, wow. That was the second nut aside from your king.
Yeah.
Wow.
I actually thought that hand would get it in no matter what. I was just
Ditto.
to get max value from top pair and stuff, but wow.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's one of the Skypers watching your stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you open folded, then I would like instantly check my delay settings. Be like, I have a jack high flush. I fold.
And then show it.
Yeah.
Have you ever had reason to believe that you've been exploited via Skype or TeamView?
I don't think so. Just because I always put 90 seconds of delay on.
Look at their location, and if it says the intertubes, then you're probably in trouble. If it says the deep web, then you are just screwed.
The deep web.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Oh, I understand. It's just Derek's like
Sites you
deep web
can't
is
access.
where
Sites you
CP
can't access
exists.
normally, like non-public sites, things Google won't pick up.
Oh wow.
Like CP.
Beep, beep, boop, boop, boop.
And that actually is a huge amount of the internet's content. Stuff you can't
CP?
see. No, stuff you can't see.
Or stuff you don't want to see.
I can see it.
Most of it is boring, but
Most of the CP is boring, Derek.
Some of it's good.
most
The Asian ones are good.
most hidden files are boring.
All right. So what's the coolest thing you've ever seen in a hidden file on the internet? Anybody?
A hidden file.
Or whatever he was explaining about CP or whatever.
For the hell,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't look
Retarded.
at that, and I'm not going to incriminate
Yeah, sure you
myself.
don't.
Now you're just making me curious.
I read a story that terrorists would send like messages to each other by like encoding messages into JPEG files somehow, and then
What?
like sending it back and forth. They like send pictures of their family and stuff, and like bomb here Tuesday.
That is so slick. That's disgusting.
Yeah,
You can't squeeze there?
I could potentially. The thing is, I don't have too many stats on him, so I don't want to start like building up the pot super huge without more
Ooh,
specific reads.
Yeah.
Ever changed an image file to a text file and then added your own text, and then change it back to a picture?
Is
That
that-
text that text will still remain there.
Yeah, I think that's what they were doing.
I do that all the time.
I do not. I like my freedom. I do not want to see what the inside of Guantanamo looks like.
Yeah.
What also about a lead out maybe table 2 when you flopped a double gutter?
That's
Three-way?
possible.
Can't really. Just asking.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely good to do in a lot of spots. Usually, if
You could do that with air sometimes. It might work.
I don't know about errors, the board is kind of
Not on
coordinated.
Not on that board, correct. Dryer board, you can do it with air maybe.
Yeah. Oh no, the 3-5 again. Okay.
Nice.
Oh yeah, you can even make one file do two things at once. So if it's an image extension, it looks like a casual image. But if you change it to .zip, it becomes a file with other files in it.
I'll never let you touch my computer, Derek.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I have no freaking clue what you were talking about.
I don't even feel safe that I'm in this Skype with you right now.
Yeah, are you hacking my shit right now? What's going on?
Seriously.
Too lazy to do that.
That's comforting.
Just knowing it's possible.
Always use
I
protection.
want to keep some of my cards face down.
Derek's gonna read all our emails later.
He would be very bored looking at mine. Be like, hey, I just moved up to 50 NL. Like, what bankroll should I have? Like, 100 times over. It'd be cool if someone hacked my account just to answer those emails. I would appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm
Just
sure
like
you
casually leave your password
bombarded.
around.
Yeah. This guy is super loose. Pollos, chicken. Oh. He's not going to put me on a 10. Big bet. Snap call. Oh, this is
Whoa.
gravy. Let's see. Does he call overbets for value?
Yeah, you're not gonna get much value, but might as well go for it. Sure.
I think he's just doing the check call line, so I don't think people like to fold with full houses either.
I like that. Oh, nice.
Sometimes you
hell?
gotta overbet for value. He had ace high.
Have a good night.
I don't think he played that badly, but I mean, his hand was kind of transparent to be a check call line.
Yeah, but that was like the perfect bet because if you go for a small value on the river, you probably get him to fold.
Yeah.
That was weird.
If I go for small value, I think he's gonna call. I think his plan was just go check call, check call.
No matter what.
Yeah, especially on that river.
Well, that's why you put $132 in there, and
yeah, he's what was I gonna say? Yeah, so I've overbet 3 times so far this session. Twice as a bluff and once as a for value, and they've all worked. It never happens.
Hey Pat, I didn't get a chance to see the outcome of that hand with Polos. Did you win or did he fold?
Oh, he called with ace high.
Oh wow.
He had ace 9 on a 3-3, 10-3.
How in the world does he have $32 in front of him?
He's pretty aggressive, but he doesn't seem like terrible. Well, okay, so he seems kind of baddish, but like in a very super aggro lagtard reg sort of way. Like he's not a terrible player. He's just a non-believer type.
He's getting involved in big pots.
Yeah, he's like the type of guy that watches like high stakes heads up poker and like, oh, I gotta be crazy and never fold to win.
I'm Phil Ivey.
Yeah. Which basically against them you just have to be a giant nit and value bet, like overbet your top pair for value against ace high type hands.
Yeah. I can't believe he. Wow. Whatever.
I'm gonna also start min raising him because he's gonna 3-bet a lot.
Yeah, just basically suck his chips out of him.
Yeah.
This merge table has 5 obvious fish on it. How
What?
am I not crushing?
How does a merge table have 5 fish on it?
That's my question.
Yeah, that's a
It
I think
happens.
that question simultaneously popped into all of our heads.
It happens sometimes. I think Merge is in trouble. I think they're going to get bought out or move networks again. So
Yeah, I'm done with merge. Like I gave them 1,300 to their players, so I'm done. I'm over it.
oh man,
It's kind of weird that Carbon set up their own cashier. Wonder why. Oh,
Just found a legendary worth $100.
oh wow! Right now?
Yeah.
Sell it.
But where can most of the individual skins jump to?
oh that fucking loser just open
Jump to
folded.
Revolution.
That douchebag just open folded with your aces.
Yeah. I didn't lose, so I'm happy.
Oh, there's your aces again.
He open folds ace king too, but there's some more aces. Yes.
It's just really depressing when you're at a dream table and you can't really get anything from it.
I'm sad for you, Derek.
Trust the force, Derek.
Nice.
I got a proposition. Whoever gets to 50 and out or 100 and out gets $100 from me, but not Patrick or Derek. Sorry, guys.
He would just he would just jump up and start streaming.
Yeah.
I would just deposit and then collect 100 and withdraw.
Yeah, thanks. So you get a buy-in from me if you can make it to 100 and 0, and you're still part of the Skype group.
Whoa.
That means you officially probably escaped the micros.
Skype's stacked off a second pair.
I've been thinking of doing some kind of little free roll contest like Patrick has been doing for the group, but I already do a contest of my own and I don't have a whole lot of spare things.
Yeah, Derek makes a bunch of... He makes like these like mind puzzle things. They're really hard, but they're like really intricate. I'm pretty sure Derek would be in Mensa if he tried, but he makes these like crazy logic puzzles and stuff, and if you beat him, he gives you lots of money.
I think I should invite everyone in the group to when the next game is ready. I should invite the whole group.
It sounds easy enough, but you're gonna hate life if you try to do a puzzle. He's like the guy from Saw. He puts you in torture situations.
Even if you're not the one player who gets to play for all the prizes, you get to assist them as much as you want at any time. That is how confident I am in my puzzles.
Yeah, pretty insane.
Put me down for no thanks.
But you win money.
I'm down for a free roll just for fun, whatever the hell.
Oh. Yeah, I was thinking about doing a free roll. Actually, I still have to do that $20 free roll. I just remembered that.
Also, if the one player fails, I like to have all the other players try to solve the puzzle they failed on for a smaller amount of money.
I'm down for some puzzles.
I don't really, not really good at that stuff.
Got another 3 hours and 14 minutes to kill on this clock.
I'll link you guys all the ones I used in my previous games, so you can see what it's about.
And how much of a mind fuck we're gonna be up for?
It's insane.
I'm not good at puzzles, but I would love to figure it out. Like when I was younger, I loved all those logic games and stuff like that, but haven't had time for them since I've been like out of my teens.
Yeah. I always think too intricately, like just random, weird, crazy stuff.
When the answer is like the simplest thing in front of you, you're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is when they're approaching the right answer, but then they just veer off slowly and get more and more and more off track.
You devious SOB.
Yeah, he sits back laughing.
He's like, whoa.
Me and my puzzle testers have agreed that there's something incredibly fun in watching people squirm when you know things they don't.
Oh, come on, of course.
Yeah.
You do it every day with your friends.
I want to put on my resume puzzle tester.
Here comes Patrick and the shuffling chips.
Sorry. I put them really far away so I wouldn't do it, but I still did it. Oh, short stackers.
I have chips next to me too.
But you have self-control and I don't.
I actually bring chips to work with me, and I just like flip them when I'm watching videos and like listening to podcasts. I'm not kidding.
How many hours a day you think you play, Derek?
Poker?
Yeah.
Like I said, it's been really slipping. In like the past, since October, I've only been averaging maybe 5 or 6 hours a week.
Wow.
That's why I haven't played.
8 or 9 actually a week.
Ew.
That's sick.
Fish cold calls. Well, Patrick theorem, whenever anyone has kings and it's a re-raise pot pre-flop, the other person has jacks. And no matter which one I have, I lose. So I think this is pretty consistent with the Patrick theorem.
Yeah, I was about to say, did you just refer to yourself in the third person?
Yes.
And then you did it twice in like the same sentence.
Well, that's the title of it, Patrick theorem. I don't know what else to call it.
Laffy's theorem. Here, Laffy's theorem clearly illustrates.
You can see why regulars, are having a hard time beating 10 and 20 and 0 when you got players like Patrick down here playing.
They can't handle the overbets apparently.
Well, there's still a lot of bad players, but there's some good ones too that are having trouble.
Yeah.
The rake nails you down here.
Yeah, it does. It's weird. Like you get massive pots and you only win like a little tiny amount.
Like the rake back can be a tenth of a buy-in.
Yeah.
When I was playing a lot of Breakback on Merge, I was like, I think my average was like $13 a night.
Wow. Wait, so how many hours was that?
It would vary.
Hmm.
Like I think the highest amount of rakeback I got paid was when I was playing 50 NL. It was like I gave like $35 or something like that, and I got back like I'd have to look it up. It was like 17, 18 or something.
Oh, nice.
I keep forgetting to check my bankroll.
The
Two,
most
two,
amount of rake back by far was minted for me. I was making $1,000 a month just in rake back, but the thing is, it was only that high because they took so much in rake in the first place. It took
Yeah,
like
didn't they have like 40% rakeback or something?
yeah,
and
but
then
then
how much winnings?
they rake you like 6% with no cap. So if you
Jesus.
if you get it all in at like 1,000 NL, that's like wait, how much is that? That's a lot. It's like
Yeah.
120. Is that right? Doesn't seem right.
You're talking about 10
Or
1,000 NL, $10 blinds, right?
$12. Yeah. I'm bad at math.
No cap.
Yeah,
That'll
zero
start
cap.
that will start to become obvious to even high stakes fish though. What how?
There were no high stakes. It's just like I mean there were a lot of good 50 and 100 NL type games and 20 NL, and you can make a lot of money on there, but the rake was pretty atrocious.
At 200 NL, it starts becoming pretty good rakeback.
Yeah. You can make like $50 a day in this rake.
Yeah.
That's tight.
And then how much on top of that was winnings at minted? Maybe $200-300 winnings.
Well, minted, yeah, like you can make. Well, I mean, on minted, the first month I lost a little bit of money because the site plays really weird, and I had to get used to it. But then starting after that, I made between $2,000 and $10,000 a month. Well, my highest was just under 10,000, but usually it was like 5, somewhere in there.
Oh, so you were making 3-4 grand and then 1,000 back in rakeback.
Yeah,
Sick.
That's nice.
yeah.
That's at what, mostly 400 and 1,000 NL, like you were saying.
No, that was just playing like 50 NL.
Grinding
What?
50 NL.
Yeah.
How many tables?
As many as I could. I think up to. I can't remember. It was like. It must have been like a year ago now, but usually like 8 or sometimes more. I think. I think
That's
their
sick.
cap was 12. Can't remember.
So no more than 12 tables? Hey, good morning, Chuck.
I was trying to play their cap, but. And it was a good site in that there were a lot of fish, but the rake was ridiculous. And then you can only cash out $1,000 at a time through Western Union, and you basically had to like request it, wait
Every damn week.
Yeah, then you have to wait like a week, like 7 days until you get it, and then after that, they make you wait a week until you can cash out again. So you can't really cash out that fast.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
I figured out why this 25 NL full ring table on Merge is so juicy.
Stop.
What?
It is the only 25 NL table
Oh
full
yeah.
ring.
Wow.
That's so funny.
I'm glad I'm not playing there anymore.
Yeah.
That would be your only choice right now. 125 NL table. That's ridiculous.
I don't know. If it's
That's
really
why I stopped.
good, it might be worth it.
I thought about
I
leaving.
mean, I know it's a bad time, but locks 20 NL. There's 7 running tables.
But they're juicy.
Probably gonna
That's
be more
not bad.
juicy than that one table running on Merge right now.
Yeah, they might have tightened up a little bit, but they're probably still juicy.
Yeah, there are fish. There aren't as many, but
Well, yeah, they're all moving to Revolution. They're all moving to play on Lock Poker since Merge not Merge, since Cake bought them.
Actually, that happened a little while ago. The big move
Yeah.
is ever since they canceled player transfers, and I guess that's pretty much it. The player transfers, everyone said nope, sorry.
Oh yeah, the
But-
player-to-player transfer.
Yeah.
But then
That would
comes
definitely-
that weird balance thing where the more regs leave a site for a different one, the softer it becomes.
Uh,
Thank you. Have a good night, man.
yeah, the balance is a lot less traffic, but yeah.
This is why I've been multi-siting.
Multi-siting.
I'm never opposed to multiple sites, especially for U.S. players, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess if there's only 5 tables here and 1 table on Black Chip, then you have 6 tables going.
If I lived in Canada or something, then you're why play anything else but stars?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the one thing I hate, man. Stars at any given time has like 20,000 players in their cash player pool.
More than that, right?
I'm just saying. I'm just giving it a really low ball, like total.
$250,000 overall players at any given time.
Yeah.
What?
I think back when I was there, like the highest I saw was 800,000 or something. It's insane.
Yeah, not
Oh
not
my
cash
god.
players, not cash players, just
players
overall.
Oh
overall.
yeah, players in general.
That's
Yeah,
sickening.
at the highest peak I've heard well over 500,000. Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely move out of the country for that if I was a serious player for online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pat, how come you're still in country?
I want to finish school. I've got like a year left, and I don't want to like go off and play poker for 5 to 10 years and come back in my 30s and try to finish school.
True.
Canada's cold. He lives in Cali.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, but dude, Northern Cali can sometimes be just as bad. Like when I was in San Fran, when that fog rolls through, it gets cold, man.
yeah. It got a little chilly tonight. It dipped into the 50s.
Oh no.
I don't know how to convert that to Celsius for
Yeah.
you, Matt.
Put a negative in front of that.
Yeah.
That's hysterical.
TPTK.
I hear there's like speculation that PokerStars might be able to apply for a U.S. license in like a year or two.
Nice.
Yeah, but what a joke. How long is this taking,
No, I know the DOJ is going to do everything that they can to slow it down and make it as profitable for them as they can.
When was it? 2011? We're going on a year and a half now?
Yeah,
Over
no,
here.
I know. I'm surprised it took as long as it did for them to come up with a deal with DOJ to actually pay back all the American players. I think the DOJ was probably stringing them along.
It looks like the states are going to take it upon themselves to do legislation, and then when enough states get together, the federal government is finally going to say, well, we have no choice, so they're going to make it federal law. But it's all about money, man. It has nothing
That's
to
all
do
it
with
is.
anything else but money.
Well, the fiscal cliff is coming up, and Harry Reid cut power of the Senate, so that would mean that there's a good chance, if they're trying to collect more funds, to legalize poker. That's
Yeah,
probably-
in terms of possible poker legislation coming up, what happened last week was just about the best possible scenario.
Oh yeah.
I still believe it's going to happen at the state level. Like California legalizing marijuana, they'll be one of the first states to do poker. It won't be the first because I think Delaware and Nevada or something are already doing it, but
Yeah, Delaware passed that legislation.
and Washington State I think also is working on poker
Yes.
legislation. So
Really?
I think the states are going to do it well before the federal government even does anything. Harry
Well,
Reid,
Washington, yeah, because it's the only
Set
state
time.
that's officially screwed right now.
Harry Reid is a crook. He's a complete crook, by the way.
Yeah.
He's a crook.
Find me a politician that isn't.
Yeah, right. Not kidding.
I don't care as long as he does what makes me happy.
But I don't think he will. I really don't think he will. The fiscal cliff, that means nothing. That's something the media kind of made up. That doesn't really mean anything. We do need money, and poker would be the great answer, and they already have a bill written up, I'll give you that, but even if he tries to pass it, it won't get passed, and it'll never happen. You know,
honestly, like if they're not going to legalize and tax marijuana, they could definitely legalize and tax poker. I mean, like, come on.
It'll be at the state level though, until the federal finally realizes, oh shit, you know, there's nothing we can do about it. Let's jump on board.
Make your voice heard.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. But my Congress people are pieces of shit. I mean, they really are. They're
That's the
all
entire
for
point
us.
of.
I
That's the
live in
entire point
Texas.
of like the PPA and stuff.
I live in Texas. We don't have a casino in Texas, so I have a long.
But y'all got
shot
plenty
at
of
getting
guns, though.
it. Yeah, that is one thing we have plenty of. Plenty of people on death row too. Seriously, it's going to happen at the state level. It should happen quicker at the state level though than if we were waiting on the federal government. So that's what
Yeah, I
I'm hoping.
definitely agree it would happen quicker at the state level.
Texas, it won't happen, but some of the states we just mentioned, Cali, Oregon, you know, the whole Midwest, a lot of the eastern states will get on board. Florida will probably jump on board.
I hope Florida jumps on board. That's where I'm at.
I think there's a lot of
I'll be
states waiting
voting.
for other states. I think there's a lot of states just waiting to see who jumps on board, and it'll be like a landfall. Everyone will see how much money they're missing out on.
I really hope they all become part of one network, but that may be really optimistic.
That's probably where the federal government comes in, right?
Yeah, they would be like, hey, listen, you know, you're going to use this network.
Yeah, you have to.
The thing about California is California is so massive anyway that I kind of really don't care if anyone else doesn't come. But I would prefer everyone would come, but...
Yeah, that's why it's optional for, at least from my perspective.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean? Players crossing the border?
There's like millions of people in California, so I mean, if I lived in like Montana, I'd be kind of frustrated because like who's gonna play with you?
Right.
But,
Nobody.
Yeah.
Well, the millions of people came. Oh, you're just talking about availability of games being an intrastate network.
Yeah, rather than like a national or worldwide network, like each state would have their own online poker room.
Yeah, that would be pretty low traffic games.
It would be like the Commerce Online or something.
I meant like each state would have a skin for a network that any state with legalization can hop on.
Right. That's a good point. I like that.
That's just a rake war at that point between states.
Well, they each have their own skin, though. So they each have their own clientele that links up to the bigger network.
Gotcha. So the player pool would be shared, just not the rake.
They may have to each have their own cashier, though, so that they can track all the transactions and all that stuff.
But it will be instant, and that is the key.
Well, that sounds like the best case scenario, what you just mentioned right there. But say that doesn't happen.
That is the obstacle for fish.
What do you mean?
Like fish won't deposit because
difficulty of depositing and withdrawing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Also, people would be willing to advertise it, especially if it's government run. It would be like on bus stops and all sorts of stuff. Like whereas now everyone thinks it's illegal.
Yep.
The marketing value alone is worth more than what's going on at the tables.
Yeah. Oh, of course. There would be companies fighting for government bids, for state bids, for marketing all day.
Yeah.
Which is good because it would boost the economy.
Yeah, screw promotions if you can advertise to all these people that have since left for a long time.
Economy coming back and everything.
I say that they would legalize online. I say they would do something with online poker before they tried like legalizing marijuana or any form of like drug or anything like that.
Yeah.
We'll see. The other aspect of that is if that what we just mentioned doesn't happen, then really all we need is some kind of overseas site to offer to U.S. players, which easily could happen.
Yeah.
As it gets closer, there'll be more sites opening up, offering promotions for U.S. players. And even though it's not technically completely legal, what we're doing right now is not technically legal. So.
Well, that's why Bodog created Bovada, so that Bodog as an entity can actually pull out of America and then come back in when they have proper licensing.
Yeah, uh, that's a business decision. Probably a pretty
Haven't
good
they
one.
already? Haven't they already been technically indicted a few times, and their response is basically "screw you"?
Right.
I think.
But there's a whole lot of other sites that are operating much more unethically, and they're not getting picked on by the U.S. government. So
No, the DOJ is just going to go for the biggest guy in the room so they can make an example.
that's what it was all about. And the $300 million or whatever they got to repay the players they're holding on to. I mean, who the hell knows what they're going to do with that? We might never ever get paid. Seriously.
Ever since that recent redefinition of the Wire Act, I don't think there's any more federal reasons the current sites can be prosecuted. Only state side laws.
As far as what? Poker?
Yeah, like as far as your winnings being confiscated or the sites being targeted.
So if you live in a non-income state, or I guess it doesn't matter, it's just gambling winnings.
It could still be money laundering, though.
How could it still be money laundering?
Because you're not allowed to. Well, banks aren't allowed to transfer money to and from poker sites. So if you try to circumvent that, then that's just money laundering.
True.
Whereas I think what they're looking over now is something different. Like, I don't know. I think they're saying that. I don't even know. I'm not a lawyer.
Okay.
My job is to click buttons. Their job is to defend it.
Defend your right to click buttons.
Yes.
Button clicker for profit here.
There's no justice in this world when I can't roll over out of bed and click buttons in my underwear all day.
Which reminds me, if that federal bill does come into play, I really, really hope they've since gotten rid of that. Any play on unlicensed sites is now explicitly illegal.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That is pretty garbage.
You know, when I first heard about this, I thought about moving near my casino that's 90 minutes away. And now I'm wishing I would, because we're not getting anywhere where we want to on poker.
I mean, like, if I really wanted to, I could move to Canada. I've got a bunch of private school buddies that I used to play hockey with and stuff. I just need to actually be good.
I got to make one point. Like, we're all here begging for regulation and legislation, and then once it gets here, we're going to be all pissed that we all got regulated and legislated.
I wish I had started poker about 1 year earlier so that I could actually sort of have the option to move.
Yeah, you'd be in Thailand right now.
I wish I wasn't lazy when I started playing poker. I could have played, like, there's people, I guess my peers at 100 NL and 200 NL were getting in like 1.5 to 2.5 million hands per year, and I was getting in like 600,000.
Jesus.
They all like moved to Canada or just cashed out a lot of money and left.
Are they doing well, or are they broke?
What's up?
Are they doing well right now, or are they broke?
I think a lot of them are. I mean, there's a lot that are in Canada, and then there's a lot that are just like, well, I'm going to just move on with my life for now. And
I don't know, man. I'll always be playing poker.
Didn't Stars like explicitly email the Supernova elites and On Pace Supernova elites about how to relocate?
Oh, I'm definitely sure that happened.
Yeah. Like, how can they not? That's like the biggest contributors to their rake. Like, come on. They'd be dumb. They'd just be like putting $100 on the table and just leaving it there for whoever wants to pick it up.
They paid moving expenses too.
That's sick.
Man.
I never confirmed that, but if true, then man, good deal.
I watch all these like YouTube videos of these guys online that they're just like, they have 2 monitors up and they've just got like 13 to 15 tables on like each monitor, and they just got their like faces like 1.5 inches from the screen.
That's what I used to do, but the thing is, I didn't 2 monitor it. I stacked them all. Like, literally stacked all the windows full screen. That was way easier because your mouse never moves. You just click fold, and then every once in a while you just auto hotkey it to raise.
You know, I
Yeah,
tried
it's what's
that,
been.
and I didn't like it.
Oh yeah, I didn't like it at first, but it's something that you get kind of used to. It's
Definitely
like,
First of
seems
all,
like a big adjustment.
you don't see results at all. That kind of bugs you, right?
I do want to know how it's like to
Um,
tile a whole bunch of tables on a giant monitor, but if it requires a lot more mouse action, then maybe I should just stick with my 20-inch.
yeah, I like two screens just because I record stuff. So I put poker on one and just other stuff on my other one. But,
Yeah, keep it clutter free. Heard that.
Yeah.
I got 240 inches. I definitely recommend that. They're
Nice.
actually a little too big, but if you're going for poker, it's definitely worth the upgrade.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna get Apple TV soon, so I can just stream my screen to my LCD that I have in the living room. Because I'm a dummy and I bought a Mac.
Yeah, that's not good.
Not
a
for
big fan.
poker. Limits my options in every way for HUD, available games, everything.
Yeah. That's why I ended up getting a PC is because, like, if I ever want to play video games or poker, it's just doesn't work out. They're also kind of expensive too, but
Yeah, I paid 15 hundo for the thing.
dang.
It's all good though. I love it. I love it.
You can get a pretty cheap PC setup. Like the one I got was $700, but it was pretty top of the line at the time.
Oh yeah, for $700, like on Black Friday, I'll get myself something with like a terabyte hard drive or something.
Yeah.
A month later, it'll be obsolete.
Yeah, a month later it'll be garbage.
You can get a terabyte on your like keychain. Just like little thumb drive.
I'm lucky
Yeah,
all
you
the
can.
games I'm lucky all the games I like don't really have high demands for good performance.
System.
Yeah, like the most intensive thing I had been running for a long time was Minecraft,
It's
which
your-
on this laptop can run fine on max settings. My new benchmark is League of Legends, which I can run on medium settings with like 30 frames per second.
Yeah, I watched the
I've known-
demo for that game. That game is pretty sick.
I've noticed that it's What are you doing, League
Yeah,
of Legends? No, I hate that
really
shit.
often bad apples really make me quit early.
I fucking hate that game.
But if you have thick skin, then go for it.
I was raised to never judge a man by the thickness of his skin.
That's hysterical.
That's your guys' bad joke of the night.
I chuckled.
I'm just under $17. Whee!
That is a number.
Yeah. It's a green number. Any green number is a good number.
Any green number is a good number for sure.
Yeah.
One day.
How much did you lose?
Not as much as me. And that will soon be corrected.
I think I was talking to you, Brad, about this, but I'm gonna start considering playing live. There's that place that's 45 minutes away, but they pay $15 an hour to play. So I might start playing there, just so I can. I mean, I think they'll pay me like $75 just to sit there for 5 hours. So I think that's plus EV.
Yeah.
Sit where?
There's a casino just outside of Sacramento, Derek, and they pay $15 an hour according to Kit to just play there, and
Under
they
what
only charge
conditions?
$3 rate too.
Under what conditions?
You have to play for over 5 hours.
1-2 game or
Yeah, or I think it's
What?
1-3, but basically just sit there and I hear the game's kind of nitty because everyone's just trying to make free money at over 5 hours, but I think if you just sit there and like collect little winnings here and there, and then get $15 an hour, like you can make quite a bit.
I was going to say, are there a lot of people who just like take several minutes on every decision?
Everyone
No.
takes like a 5-minute decision time.
Yeah, it's like time bank every hand.
That's a valid question, man. You might have some slow, tough games, slow, limpy games.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could bring my iPad and just read, my textbook or something while, sitting there at the tables.
It's
True.
definitely worth looking into and trying out. Might not like it, but
Yeah. The thing is, if I'm down like 3 buy-ins and super tilted, and it's my 4th hour, it would really suck because I would want to wait that extra hour just to make a little bit of money back.
yeah.
But then, have to drive like an hour and 15 minutes back to my place.
Yeah, that's brutal.
I don't know.
Been there.
Yeah. I guess in the long run, it's good, but I don't know. So that's another good thing about online poker is if you have a bad session, you just kind of close down the tables, put on some relaxing music, and heat up a hot pocket in the microwave. You don't have to drive home. Like that's the worst is having to drive home knowing you lost a
Yeah,
bunch
your
of money.
tilt doesn't turn into road rage.
Yeah. Then you get home and everyone's like, "Oh, hey, you were at the casino until 5 a.m. How much did you win?" I lost 600.
Shut up.
Yeah, yeah.
I want a glass of shut up.
Yeah, Minecraft has been perfect for that for me.
That's when I try my table lying skills and try to come up with a better story.
I find that most people just say they break even or they won.
Yeah.
No one ever comes home and says, "Oh, I lost $2,000."
Actually, I'm actually very honest.
You have to be. You're only lying to
I-
yourself.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm one of the I don't have any friends that play, so I can come home and be like, yeah, I lost a couple $100.
Ever since I've learned that various family can't keep things private, I now hide all of my live results.
You seem like someone that would do that anyway.
Yeah, you do. It's part of his standard
Well,
programming
my
disinformation.
My stepmom told somebody that I didn't tell my online bankroll.
That's terrible.
And then they started asking lame questions, and I just sort of kept quiet after that.
That's annoying.
Luckily, my parents don't want to know. They don't like poker. And so as long as I'm not, like, losing and auctioning stuff off to, like, play poker or something, I think they're cool with it as long as they just don't hear about it.
Like a bad drug habit.
Yeah. Just
That's
kind of
funny.
pretend it doesn't exist. Like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, the consequence is that some certain family members think I'm losing and on the verge of busto, but whatever.
It's like, oh, you play poker a lot? You must have an addiction or a problem or
Yeah.
something.
Be a degenerate or something.
Yeah.
I'll admit
That's how my mother was.
I really like poker a lot. Like, I'll play it a lot. And maybe some people consider that an addiction, but I don't consider it a problem if you're making money.
Right.
That's like saying that Michael Jordan has a basketball problem.
The man's hooked.
Or Michael Phelps has a swimming problem.
That's funny.
People have loose definitions of problems.
Yeah.
Please fall nice. Oh.
Or I have a psychology problem.
Or
You have a
the
puzzle problem.
or sex addicts.
See, that's kind of like that's borderline right there, because that's
Yeah.
like that's got to do with like hormones, pheromones, and all that stuff. I mean, everyone loves sex, but like, at what point are you addicted?
Yeah. Aren't people hardwired to really
Yes,
like it?
Tiger.
Yeah, oh,
Like,
yeah.
I'm sure there are people, but I've never really met anyone where it's like, eh,
I can take it or leave it.
yeah.
They're called
No.
lesbos.
I think there is. I was reading an internet article about that. There's people that are considered asexual that just don't like sex, but they have a problem because no one really gives them any sympathy or whatever. It's like
Hermaphrodites.
yeah. Well, I don't even know if they're hermaphrodites. They're just like people. Oh god, that was obviously bluffing me being. They're just like people that have no sex drive. Like they have no attraction to anyone. It's weird. Oh,
That sucks.
Queen. Oh.
You mean like people with no interest at all, or people with no interest casually?
Eh.
Because there's a difference.
No interest. No interest at all. Not because they've been rejected.
Yeah. There's a
Those turn into lesbos.
yeah. I go to UC Davis, and there's this Facebook page that's called UC Davis Confessions, where basically people post like random stuff, and the moderator posts it anonymously, so that way people can just like confess things with it being anonymous. But it pops up my newsfeed all the time, and today this one person was like, "I'm tired of being rejected, so I think that's just the world telling me I need to be gay because like." no one of the opposite sex likes me, and I'm like, well, why do you think someone of the same sex would like you when, like, even less people, are gay? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's only like 5% of the
Uh,
world's population are gay.
Yeah,
You're
Those
definitely killing your odds right there.
yeah, exactly. I never understood that logic.
straight and gay people are not going to like how much they complain.
Yeah.
IMO.
Do you believe people are born gay?
I don't know, to be honest.
Okay, no opinion.
I don't have the sample size to make one conclusion one way or the other.
No,
I'm
but
only
seriously, like,
me.
how do you explain them? How do you explain bisexuality? Then you know what I'm saying? I think it
It's
can
just-
be.
I think it can be answered. It's not, it's just an opinion-based question. You don't have to have actual scientific proof behind it or anything. But
Yeah.
I only ask because a year from now, that kid sounds like someone who's going to be gay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then he's going to be trying to claim that, oh, I was born gay. I've always been gay. When in reality, it's probably society that rejected him and convinced him he was gay.
Yeah.
Well, see, if that's true, then it would stand to reason an individual can make the choice because of his rejection. He's made the choice, or his brain has tricked himself into fooling that he is gay, and then his body responds accordingly.
Yeah.
But being gay, yeah, exactly. Being gay from birth, it goes a little further than that. We can't quite answer that, but just wanted to get an opinion. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, I think there's some people that will convince themselves, but I'm not sure if they are or aren't. They're just like, they just have mental, emotional problems. But some people will take that in some direction and say, like, I don't know, like maybe I have to sleep with twice as many people so I can feel affection or something, whereas other people might deal with it by like saying, well, maybe if I sleep with the opposite sex, then maybe like I'll be
Maybe they're
accepted.
like the.
Which is
But-
completely by choice.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I don't know.
It has nothing to do with your genes or the way your life turned out or anything. It's completely by choice.
Well, you can definitely be gay from birth. I mean, because like when it comes to those people that are just like flamboyantly over the top, sprinkles
flamers.
flowing behind them, yeah, like
I took a
That's-
sociology class though, and they said there's a difference between gender and sex. So like, if someone's flamboyant, that doesn't mean that they're gay necessarily. It just means like that's how they express themselves. But I don't know if it's just super, uber liberal arts college talking, or if it's like actually true.
That makes a lot of sense, but yeah, I've met a few people like that. They could have technically been born gay, but it wasn't called gay. It was just a little bit feminine, like
Yeah.
he's saying.
And they just kind of developed into the attraction of men.
I think they're
just
born.
speculation on my part, but yes.
I'm pretty sure people are born with certain qualities, each of which can add up to have an increased chance of being gay.
Absolutely. And then other factors factor in to contribute to that chance
Like
of being
rejection.
gay. Rejection, lifestyle. Your mom's a whore, and your neighbor's a pimp, pimping out your mom, and you see it all the time, and all kinds of things.
But there's no direct gayness quality itself.
Did you get a freeze up, Patrick?
No. Is it frozen for you guys?
Yeah, it is.
It's lagging.
The king queen on your far left just lagged.
That's cool, as long as it happens to everybody.
Just let me know if it's back. If not, I'll try to like reset things.
It's sort of back.
You see Pocket Nines I just raised on the top right?
Yeah, super slow.
Yeah, it's going at like 1 frame per second though.
Wait, is Matt still here or did he leave?
I haven't heard him in a minute.
Yeah.
I think he's still on, but he left.
Let's see. Oh, I don't see him even connected to TeamViewer. He didn't even say goodbye. He was just like...
I think he's still on the call with Scotty.
Oh. Yeah, let me check out Skype. Oh, yeah, he was never connected, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe his time was done and he disappeared back into the shadows from whence he came.
Yeah.
Did anyone say his name backwards? Send him back to the fifth dimension.
His Skype name? Oh, man. Grubsplit Clem Itlet.
That's awesome. I love that attempt, man. That was beautiful. You are a braver man than I.
I think my next poker screen name will intentionally be incredibly difficult to pronounce.
Just tilt people with your name.
Hey, Patrick, you know what my screen name on SkillBet was?
What?
Kiss My Black Ace. I got some people to play back at me because of that.
That's awesome.
That's pretty funny.
That's awesome. I always think of good names when I'm not creating an account, but when I go to create an account, I can't think of anything. So I'm like, well,
right.
I'll just be Nate Wrecker again.
I hope this name will fit.
Yeah. Yeah, stupid luck. I entered my name and they're like, cool, your account's all set up, standard knitter. And I'm like, what? Knitter? What's NITR?
You only get 12 letters.
Yeah.
10. Wait.
12.
No, 12 here.
They're like, well...
Oh, my screen name won't work. That sucks.
You
Floating
get 12.
ducks.
Yeah, you get 12.
It's 13.
Take a T out or something.
Yeah, right?
Is it going fast again for you guys, or...?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's normal speed.
You could have just shortened standard into STDnet reg. Actually, no. Now that I think about that.
Yeah, you could do that. Take the second A out.
Yeah.
That only gets you one more letter, though.
S... Yeah.
It would look like Stand Retard Knit Red or something, but that's okay.
I was clicking through the high stakes games and on Merge, and there was this guy's name, Call Off Duty.
There you go. Nice.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
I love that. And it was the guy. It was like the picture from behind a Marine saluting, so you just see the back of the guy's head and the arm going up for the salute.
He's probably a donk and just wanted to use that name.
Oh,
Started
yeah.
an account.
I think he was sitting at 1020 NL heads up.
Two pair.
Wait.
Chat. Oh. They both
Yikes.
call and then that comes.
Jeez.
I guess I have to check call.
You're going to call a bet, even though there's not really a side pot?
Well, maybe not for that size.
What you need is the ace of diamonds.
That's the worst turn ever.
That was only like the third worst turn ever, yeah. Oh, well, that's not very good.
I made the correct fold though, I guess, so I'm happy.
That's when you hit the 4-outer, that figures.
Yeah. I guess I had like 4 nuttish outs and then 8 or 9 non-nut outs. So I was doing alright, but the guy just like
you did have the redraw diamonds, huh?
Yeah, so the king high though, so
I didn't even see that.
Wasn't super thrilled.
Nah, you would have needed the ace on the river to make that flush.
Yeah. That's what I like about the micro stakes is you can run bad for a session and still win money. Like, okay.
I would argue that what we are playing is not to be considered micro stakes anymore.
Yeah, it's like mid stakes. 15L is definitely high stakes.
Yeah, 20 NL would be considered like mid stakes, I think. 10 NL, you think, still mid stakes?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just kidding, but 10 NL is still like it's way tougher than it used to be on Stars.
It's not the basement.
Yeah.
Stakes.
Back
Like
in
when I was.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was just gonna say, like, back in the day, 2NL was like play money, and 5NL was like play money, and then 10NL and 25NL was super loose and crazy. And
then good point.
Now it's bad. Well, no, it's still good. There's like still a lot of fish and stuff, but it's a little bit tougher. So it kind of sucks to just sit there and play for 2 hours to make $15.
Yeah. Unless you're multi-tabling like crazy, playing your A game and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's like making minimum wage by grinding super hard.
Now, 100 NL is the nosebleeds.
Yeah.
There were there were 2+2 topics around like the Chris Moneymaker days. It was standard to open shove aces.
That's like free bar poker right there.
So amazing. I wish I started playing back in like 2004 or whatever that was.
I started in like 03. I was into it pretty good in 04.
Oh, nice. I started in January 2009, so...
What?
Yeah.
I thought you played back in like 06, no?
I started
No.
in March of 09.
Wow. You guys are... I mean, you've seen some shit. You've been through Black Friday. You're not really noobs or anything, but...
Yeah.
Compared to like, the old school online players.
Yeah.
You're pretty new.
Funny because when I joined, everyone's like, wow, it's such a bad time to join because UIGEA passed and no more party poker anymore. Now you just have, poker stars, the nit-infested poker stars and the nit-infested full tilt. Then, like, a few years later, now it's like, okay, let's play anonymous tables and get checks within 6 weeks. It's like so far downhill.
we're at the point where Bovada is looking nice.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pathetic.
It's now in a solid second place for U.S. players.
Wow.
It's if you can deal with anonymous players, it's actually a good place to play. There's quite a bit of fish.
I got a guy that was watching his friend play, and he's crushing like 50 and 0.
Yeah, I heard there's some people that are pulling in a lot of money there with the higher limits.
He made like 40 grand in a month or something, man. Something
Wow.
we, yeah.
Any tournaments, or is it just all cash?
I think he's been playing all cash.
Jeez.
No tournaments at all.
I left Bovada like right before I started talking to you, Pat.
Yeah,
I didn't like it.
I had some Bovada on there, but wait, what the hell? Okay, my little not believe is just flashed up on this guy.
You still recommend that I should put some of my money on there when I have it, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you throw in like 200, it couldn't be the worst idea. This guy check raises over a third of his hands, over 320 hands.
Jesus.
I don't have the guts to call him down with ace high. I'll peel him once, but not the second time. But definitely never folding a king there.
I hear you get a HUD at Bovada now for the current session.
No way.
That's what I heard. You can only use it for the time you're actually at the table. It does not have any memory to it.
Is it a Bovada HUD, or is it like Floor Manager?
No, it's built into the site.
Oh wow.
I haven't tried. That's just what I heard. So.
Do you have to pay money for that, or?
I have no idea. I don't think so. It gives you a bunch of stats on the players while you're sitting at the table.
Well, that might be worth it, actually, because, I mean, basically all I would want to know is if someone generally resembled a reg or if they were just a complete fish.
Right.
And if I have like 20 hands on someone and they're playing like 40/9 or something, it's going to be pretty obvious.
Right.
Then you will be open shoving your aces.
Yes.
A lot of times players are capable of adjusting and playing a different game from day to day anyway, so you want to know how they're playing that day.
Yeah.
I wonder if their stats are like consistently named with how they are on other devices, or if they have their own unique namings. Like instead of VPIP, it's
not really many things you can do with VPIP.
Well, I'm pretty sure
you could rename it. You could rename it to Selection to Insert Chips into Kitty, SICK.
What?
Kitty? That's fun.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're not gonna have stats like fold to 5-bet percentage or something. It's pretty much just gonna be like VPIP, PFR, and
this guy's got about
maybe RIF or raise first in or RFI or something.
I don't think they even have that.
About 50 SICK.
Well, it'd be like 3-bet.
If you
folded bet.
If you've noticed on the poker shows now, they try to include like these stats to be like, hey, look, these internet kids with their stats. You know, let's start.
They're all about the math. Yeah, they're math geniuses. Look at this.
Let's highly investigate these numbers from a 20-hand sample.
Yeah, so they'll have like a TV game, and after like 15 hands, they're like, let's look at it. So this guy's played 50% of his hands, but the stats that they show are kind of goofy. They'll show like VPIP 3-bet percentage and like win to showdown, and that's it, or something. Like,
or just VPIP and give you no other information.
Yeah. It's like, oh, he's playing 50% of hands. But
I guess it's like those other sports stats that come out of nowhere, like first win during a Monday raining day.
In football, that might hold some bearing.
It's true.
Those are the shows I don't like to watch because obviously they're pure entertainment value.
Yeah.
A real poker player wouldn't. You know, if a real poker player was part of the production crew, they probably wouldn't allow that to happen.
Yeah. I started watching the Dur Heads Up Challenge. I've actually never watched that before. I think that's one of the only poker shows I haven't watched yet.
He's supposedly from around here somewhere. My house. Fort Worth, Texas.
Dirk.
He
Um,
he
they
has a
had
house down here or something.
they had a little spotlight on him. They said he grew up in I think it was Maryland, or
Uh huh.
it was somewhere in the Northeast, but I'm not sure where he lives now.
Okay.
He might
I know.
live.
I know he stakes a bunch of players around here, and I don't know why. I heard he was from here, but that's probably wrong.
Huh.
Yeah, he'll stake a bunch of players, man. He'll probably stake you.
Nice.
He's so freaking rich.
Yeah. That'd be sick. Like I've never met anyone who would stake for live poker. Like seriously, it's a stake for it's like here's 10 grand, go play.
Yeah.
2-5 or
What
something.
what kind of deal would you think what would be a good deal to get yourself staked? What kind of payments would you be looking at to pay back the loan?
I don't think anyone would do it. First of all, just because there's no way to like track and verify it. Because not
Well,
only would they need the money, and they would need to know that I was a winning player, but they would have to trust me. It's
yeah.
like 10 grand. That's a lot of money for a lot of people.
Basically, have to have some rich friends or something.
Yeah, and even then, the economy is bad, and a lot of people aren't playing poker that are here. So
Okay, so say 99 of those 100 variables could happen. What kind of payments you looking at?
um,
Thousand a month for a year, and they get their 20% or something.
well, it'd probably just be a percentage of profits. So um,
Whatever they get 10% of whatever you cash out every month or whatever you win every month.
well, all the staking that I've ever done has been like a 50-50 split. Um, then, but some of it has been different, like 60-40 sometimes.
See, that's fine until you build a bankroll,
Yeah,
and then it's like, why the hell am I paying you half my profits?
yeah. Like right now, I have a really aggressive, well, at least for me, 1-3 bankroll. So I think I'm gonna try playing that until I get up to, I don't know, $10,000 to $15,000, and then I might start taking some shots at 3-5 or 2-5 they have here.
Yeah, I like 2.5.
Yeah, and then yeah, I mean, I'll probably just try to build it up that way. I don't think it will take that long because live poker is so easy. I just have to run good and not run bad. If I run bad, it might take a while, but
Put in the hours.
yeah. Well, especially if I'm playing at that place, if they pay $15 an hour, I mean, that right there would just pay for my living expenses, and then I could just build up my bankroll profit.
So $15 every 25 hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, call it 30 on average.
Yeah.
But you should be able to make 15 an hour, something close to that on your own.
Yeah, I mean,
10 an hour for sure.
like if I average 30 and I play 30 hours a week, 900. So that's 900 a week. Not too bad. Just playing 1-3.
Cash.
Right.
That's a big deal nowadays.
The the one thing is, oh yeah, and it's cash too. So I guess it's technically like under the table, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Live poker sucks because you can have kind of like a downswing of 10,000 hands, and that's gonna be like 2 months.
But at live, it's like it's kind of similar to online really, but it's like it's 100% mental. Like you're responsible for your downswing
Mm-hmm.
in most cases, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like you can go, even if you ran like shit the day before, you can go to the casino and in that, you can. It's a new day. You can do something about it.
Right.
You could
Wait.
run bad again, but it's all mental.
Well, there are like if you're playing really tough games or games where there's one or two fish at the table, and even that they aren't that fishy, and you're running bad, you could definitely go like 5-10,000 hands where you break even or slightly lose. I mean, the thing about live poker is that generally there's a lot of fish at the table, so all you have to do is basically just hit top pair and value bet, and then even if you do run bad and you're all ins, then you'd still like break even or make money.
What stakes are that place that pays you?
I think they only have 1-3. They might have some 2-5 as well, but
also you could play like a lower variance game live
But
and just like sit and wait.
yeah,
you can literally fold every hand and
make a profit.
Read your
yeah,
book.
Yeah, as you'd have
Right,
to pay
easily.
$4 an orbit.
$4 every orbit, and
There's 2.5 orbits, so that's $10. You make $5 an hour just sitting there.
You could look at it as you're making the blinds back. You're basically sitting there for free and waiting for monsters.
Yeah.
You're getting your blinds back.
How can this guy donk bet? That's weird.
because he can.
He donk bets 5%. Something tells me I'm up against like the king jack of spades or something.
Wait, why is he at 10 NL? I've seen him lots of times at 20.
He's making an instructional video. I don't know. I'm just gonna call down.
The games are juicy.
No, wow.
Yeah. That's super weird. When I see weird stuff, I freak out and don't value raise.
That would be quite a hero fold.
Yeah. I can't really fold a good 2-pair there. Especially when, the flush draw missed. I guess like one random straight draw got there.
The thing is, I think you're beat like all the time there. But you can't fold.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a weird line. I don't really know what to make of it, but
I would never fold there, but it's just clear to me that you're beat a lot of the time.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm being beat by like sets and ace queen.
Yeah, that's it.
And like king jack, I guess.
Right.
But I'm trying to think of what his donk bet range is, and I don't know. Even though I have 19,000 hands on him, I've never really like taken notes. Well, that's poker table ratings that I got most of that from.
When you're confused, do the cautious thing, IMO.
Yeah. I don't think I can fold top two. Well, not top 2-pair, but like
you
top
definitely lost the minimum. You could have jammed the turn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just called down instead of raising him.
Right.
I don't really want to like guess. 'Cause I don't know if you'd call worse if I raised. I'm in it.
So if you put king jack, ace queen, and sets in his range, assuming no other draws came in there, which I don't think they did, that's still about what, a third of his donk betting range on the flop.
Well,
it would be the turn. Excuse me, donk betting range on the turn.
he only donks 5%, so I assume when people donk there, they're gonna have.
Okay, you actually have that specific stat.
Yeah, I made sure to put that in my head. It's like
so that narrows his range even more.
It's pretty tight. I'm not sure what part of his range though he's doing that with.
Okay.
So like if we look at the board, I don't know why it gets. There we go. He could have like ace x of spades that it's like semi bluffing the flop by just leading out like a huge draw, like ace jack of spades or something. I guess I have the 10 of spades, so he can't really like, have a pair plus a flush draw.
Combo draw.
He definitely have a set that's just leading out. I mean, it doesn't. Usually people go for check raises, but I guess it leads out.
Yeah. No, that's more like a check raise or something.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go do a lap around the hotel. I'm just gonna mute my mic. I'll see you in a minute.
Yeah, sure. It doesn't really seem like he would be just outright bluffing there. That would make sense. And if he had top pair, like he might lead the flop with top pair sometimes, but I doubt on an ace turn he'll just barrel, unless he picked up a big hand.
So you're kind of making the point that his range was very narrow there.
Well, I mean, logically, it would only make sense that he has a strong hand, but the thing is, that's kind of an illogical bet, I think, because it was like heads up and he just leads out, which is kind of weird.
If you think about the specific holdings,
yeah,
none of them really make sense.
The amount of times, I think the amount of times he could just be spewing is kind of high. Or the times where he just has like an ace high flush draw or something, and he's kind of being goofy.
Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I make that call like 100% of the time. and you did the right thing. But I'm just dissecting it because
Yeah.
really, really good players will maybe get away with that hero, deep read fold, I guess.
Right.
Just seeing if it's possible.
Here comes this guy again. Wonder if. See, this might be leveling myself. I was thinking I could like click it back to make him shove as a bluff, but that probably won't work out too well.
This is interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how well this guy hand reads because it like my hand looks kind of face up right here. I think.
I think he's got like 1 or 2 notches up the totem pole there.
Yeah, he might have a higher for sure.
I'm gonna put him on like 9s or 10s.
He does check raise a lot, but it would be interesting to see what he check raises with. Such a value looking bet too. I think I'm beat, but I kind of want to see what his range is for check raising since he does it so much. He's just ace jack.
Nice.
I mean, his stats say that he should have a lot of bluffs, but in that board, it just didn't really look bluffy. That's really weird.
Yeah, why does it say it has a lot of bluffs in it?
Well, because 36% is really high. I mean, you're only going to hit a flop like 30% of the time, but he check raises 36%. So, I mean, unless he's check raising his entire range of like hands he hits anything with, plus just some bluffs, that's like basically what his range would be. But I assume if he's check raising that much, he's check raising almost exclusively his bluffs, like bluffs and really strong hands. And then like his medium hands is probably just calling.
So he could be like a level 2 thinker, and he, instead of thinking, that turn card smashed your range and you're not folding, he tried to continue his bluff.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that guy is spazzy post flop. He left after that apparently.
It's weird because he's fairly snug pre-flop.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, people play really weird. This guy seems fishy. I'll call one more to think I have implied odds.
Whoa. I have a hand on the table I'm playing, and I'm hoping that somebody is going to pay me off huge.
Good luck.
Seems really hard to get paid off lately.
Huh. That was weird. I had pocket queens. The board was queen, queen, 6, 3, king.
Nice.
I bet flop, he called. I bet turn, he called. The flush came in on the river. I bet large, hoping he hit it, but I guess he didn't. He folded.
See, in those spots, I'm wondering if it's best to bet like half pot so he calls with his like middle pair tap hands and then just re-raises with his flush, or if it's better to overbet since there's a lot of flushes in his range, or not overbet but just bet huge, possibly overbet to try to get the flushes to call.
In the long run, I think it's better to bet the smaller amount, but how often are you really going to flop quads? And,
Yeah.
you could play your whole career and not see a big enough sample size. So you could definitely go with like a read there and see if you can get paid off. But you could use that exact logic in other situations, such as flopping top set on a dry board and giving cheap cards or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you go for a thin value on the river or make a big overbet hoping to get paid off?
Depends on how much credit people give you on relatively dry flops. And I think in that certain scenario I was in, he would look me up with pairs and draws.
Well, at that point, you're doing it for value, so it doesn't really matter what he's looking you up with, right?
Well, it matters in what hands are going to call this many streets.
To get max value.
Hmm.
That was a weird hand.
No,
Ooh, I'm going to stack another fish unless he has that, and he doesn't have that. I'm happy.
Two pair.
But there's so many times where I have to call a bet because it's definitely going to see profit unless he specifically has this. But then he turns up this, and my confidence is a little deflated.
Yep. Hand analysis with Derek.
If you can't tell, he's ecstatic right now.
I have a big hand unless he has this, so I'm not bored. But then he didn't have that, so I've won. I'm happy. Okay.
This is his stream. I don't want to just commandeer it with my own happenings.
I find this always happens when I have multiple tables. Is I'll kind of break even on a lot of the tables except for one where I'll just have like 2 buy-ins or like a profit on the table or something. It's like there's always that one table that's really good.
But that's really how you have to play it, because you don't know which table it's going to be, and to maximize your profits, you get in 6 tables. I mean, obviously, I don't have to tell you, you know what you're doing, but you know,
right.
That's how you maximize.
If there's a really unprofitable table, then just close it. You know.
Yeah, I do that sometimes. You're just getting killed, and why not move on, even if it is still juicy? If you're getting killed. On the other hand, I do
meant
that.
Like,
go ahead.
I meant like if all the fish are.
No. If I'm getting killed, I'll get off of a table, find another table. But yeah, if it's still juicy and you're down 2 buy-ins, I don't have any problem with staying on. That means it's still profitable if you're playing your A game and not tilting. That's a big if. I know you do that, Derek and Patrick. You're very good at that, but there's a lot of players on here that.
I meant like if there's like an aggro guy between you and the fish.
You got position on them or something, sure.
I thought I tilted a lot until I met a couple of you guys. Not you, but like.
That's a good point.
Tilty.
I thought I did too.
I used to like get mad and smash my fist against the table and stuff like that. And now I'm just like, well, now I kind of sound like everyone else that complains a lot and doesn't really get me anywhere.
No.
It helps when you've seen everything.
Yeah. Speaking of the hand analysis and stuff, how many times are we going to tell Magnus to, tone it down a little bit, I guess?
to not reveal the superfluous.
That's just one. Yeah, that's just one issue.
I think I don't know. I think he'll come around.
Yeah, he'll definitely get better.
He seems like he's doing pretty well. It's just that his biggest problems is tilt issues.
Well, he could be watching the stream either like hidden now or later, so my comment is going to be the things I say are all trying to help you. Do not take any of them personally. I just want to get you in the correct mindset and out of the focusing on the results and things.
I hope he realizes that. The bad beat stories, he doesn't quite realize that everybody goes through it, and there's players that are going through it far worse than he is even. He just needs to correct his thinking.
Yeah, I used to thought I ran worse than everyone in the world, but then I realized pretty much through coaching. Coaching was really like, okay, everyone runs like this, so just stop complaining about it and only control what you can't control.
My experience has helped so much. You guys don't even remember, but I mean, I remember what it was like in 04 and 05 and 06, and I mean, you could jump on and win $100 at 10 NL. Really, I mean,
Nice.
I'm telling you, I won $5,000 in like probably late 03 into 04, and all of 04 was probably $5,000 total. But
Oh, wow.
it was at Golden Palace, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't even know what a 3-bet was. So I mean, it just tells you how soft the games were. Excuse me.
This is a good spot.
They're so much harder nowadays. People don't even realize.
There will
All
always
these,
be people who are better than other people.
right. Nice.
Whee! That's
Kings.
the best thing
Ooh,
to be up against.
nice.
Diamond. Yay! No suckouts. He snap shift.
I'm amazed when players get on and they're, bitching about this and that, whatever. And then you ask how long they've been playing, and they're like, "Oh, I've been playing a while. This is like my 9th or 10th month," and it's just like, oh my god,
Yeah. There's some seasoned veterans out there.
There's very few players that can be playing a very nice winning style in 9 or 10 months. It does happen, but not too often.
Yeah. Within 12 months, I was playing at like 400 NL, taking
Really?
shots. But the thing is, I wasn't mentally ready for it, because you can kind of imagine how incredibly demoralizing and frustrating it is to lose like 4 buy-ins at 400 NL.
Right.
So I kind of like spent the last year or so kind of getting better mentally, and that's it's really been working well for me. But
Lead out table 6.
why?
Why not? You still get plenty to call.
Actually, it's a little tiny bet. I'm gonna raise it up and get it all in with the short stack. You know what? I actually kind of do like leading out a little bit better now. Don't have a flush. Damn it.
Damn. It wouldn't have mattered, but
I guess if I'm gonna continue running bad, I'll run bad in the 20 big blind pot, and then I'll run good, getting aces against ace king on the 200 big blind pot.
That's
Yeah.
how probability works.
That'll be my strategy.
I think I like taking control of that pot right there, but it didn't matter. Low stack fish. He had no money.
Well, this guy under the gun, he's really loose and has a wide range, and he's C bet 75% over 340 hands. So I figured that he's gonna C bet a lot, and the fish will come along. I figure if I lead out, it's just basically like, hey, I've got a strong hand, so just
So does
fold
check
unless you
rate.
guys
So
do.
does check raising.
Right, but the reason I check raise was because the guy checked instead of c betting, and then the short stack fish was already. Well, he made it such a small bet. I wanted to charge him for any sort of draws he might have at the time, just to get him all in. So he'll probably get it in with anything. Oh.
The thing is, if he was bigger stacked and you check called, which you can't do, you don't know
Yeah.
where you're at if you check call. So it's a check raise or a lead out. I guess you're taking the chance he checks back the pot. But there's not a ton of overcards you're scared of. I don't know.
Yeah, the thing about leading out is I'm not really sure what it accomplishes.
I think you get 3 streets of value if you lead out.
Well, I mean, against what? Like, what range would they have, and what range would they put you on?
Well, again, he's low stacked. Man, you got me confused, man, because man.
Man,
Go ahead, Derek.
I don't know, man.
Well, all I can say is he's low stack, so basically you're correct. But if he had a little more chips, yeah, you have to lead out there. Everything you just said is contradictory to what I've been told. I think by you even. So correct me if I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, that's fine. But uh, you lead out, you get 3 streets of value against his entire range because he's an open limping late fish.
Well, it wasn't a limp pot. It was a raised pot.
Okay, tell me that again, because that's where I missed.
So under the gun raised pre-flop, and I was in the big blind.
He raised under the gun?
Yeah, and it was a min raise under the gun, and I just called. So I was more just letting him continuation bet. But this guy raises fairly loose, and he c-bets a lot, and it was just a min raise, and I had the suited ace with a fish in the pot. So figured it couldn't be too bad calling pre-flop. And then when I hit top pair, I felt just like leading out and like donk betting on a just like Jack 5-4, whatever it was.
The wrong guy bet. You check raised the wrong guy, or what you thought was your plan.
But yeah, the guy didn't c-bet. But then the short stack put in like this little tiny bet. Yeah, I get what you're saying now. You thought I was like a limp pot and I didn't lead out.
Right.
Yeah, limp pot I definitely lead out.
I totally misread the whole hand, so you're absolutely right. Sorry, I screwed up.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, it's good to think about stuff like that though. I mean, what's the merits of leading out in a raise pot? What's the merits of checking, calling, checking, raising?
So in a limp pot, you agree leading out there gets you 3 streets of value versus the fish.
Yeah.
A late limping fish.
Right.
Yeah, that's where I screwed up though. You see how the hand can change just by one little position or bet or whatever?
Yeah. That's why when people in the chat are trying to discuss a hand, I'm like, wait, I think I might have missed a key piece of information on that part or something.
Right.
I guess speaking of Magnus did that today. He was, I don't know, he said something like, I don't know, he was like, well, I had this hand, and then I got it all in by the river, and this guy ended up with this hand. I was like, wait, well, what happened? And, sometimes he's shown it, and it's been like, wow, why did you play like that? But then, when I've been calling him out and trying to see if he can, post his hands.
That's how he's going to get better.
He's been actually showing he's been playing pretty well. It's just kind of running bad.
Yeah. The thing is, though, he doesn't know why he's playing well. Exactly.
Yeah.
Who are you guys talking about?
You.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward. I thought you left. Just kidding. We're talking about.
Obviously, you're not talking about me because I have never posted hands and haven't been playing at all lately. So, not talking about me.
We're talking about just like posting hands in the chat, and today was an example where Magnus posted like a hand where he's just kind of like explaining what happened, but didn't really. It was kind of obvious that there was like some details being left out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's not completely understanding the dynamic of how to post, what information is needed. Not only that, but if he gets those kinds of answers, he's not sure how to rationalize them and incorporate them into his game and learn from them. I mean, that's just the beginning of his problems, but I think you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. I think he's a decent player. It's just that I think he lets his emotions control him, and he doesn't understand where what spots are standard. And
yeah, I think he was starting to react super defensively to me asking him questions.
Exactly. He's a complete field player.
Questions are supposed to lead you to the right answer on your own.
That's the whole point of getting better and learning. That's called learning. I mean, it's very simple. Let's not, beat around the bush or anything. For the record, you guys can call me like a complete piece of shit or whatever on chat, and I'll never get defensive on you.
Oh, only in chat? I want to call you it right now.
Hey, you can do it all you want. Hey, I'm right. I am your boxing bag right here. I'm for you.
Yeah, that's not my. I have no ability to insult people.
It just doesn't bother me. So just for the record, you can say whatever.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, if there's something wrong as a coach, like, I'll point it out, but my style isn't really to, like, put people down or berate them or call them bad or anything. I'll say that a play was bad or something, but I'm not going to be like, oh, you suck, you should quit poker. Well, actually, I did tell one person they should quit poker or consider quitting poker, and that was Tilty.
Tilty.
He was super tilted. I'm like, dude, you can definitely win, but if you're gonna tilt, you might as well just quit now because it's not gonna end up well. But I think since Tilty came back, he's been playing really well, or at least results-wise, it looks good, and he's been a lot calmer too.
Well, oh wait, no, never mind.
Everything's relative, Derek.
I'll talk to you privately.
Okay.
Yes, sir. If it's in the book, that they're aware of it. Hey, can someone send me the team view info again?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
On Skype, you mean?
Please.
Sure. Or just should I say it out loud?
Whatever you want.
Actually, I shouldn't say it out loud because.
Oh, the stream.
Yeah. So I just sent it on Skype.
Cool.
That feeling when you're shoving 5th set on a 4 to a straight board and they're tanking, and the more time they take, the more confident you get in your hand, and the more you can exhale.
Yeah, I like that spot where you're like, well, I have a strong hand, but it's not the nuts, and I'm a little scared, but I'm gonna ship anyway. And then you shove, and you're expecting the snap call.
You shove, and then there's this period of about 3 seconds where you really, really don't want them to go call.
Yeah.
But then when they don't, you get really confident, and you want them to call.
Yeah, there's a spot like after 5 seconds. Once you hit that spot, you're like, okay, please call, please call, please call. One thing I like more about live poker is that you're actually sitting in front of the person, so it makes it a little more fun. Because instead of just sitting there with a big grin on your face, like please call, you have to like kind of sit there and like then the fish is all looking at you and sighing like, oh man, do you have it? Blah, blah, blah. And then it's like more fun because you're like please call, please call, please call, and they're like okay, I call. And like, yes, the nuts.
The answer to do you have it is always probably.
Yeah.
Hell of a lot more metagame.
Yeah. You know what's funny though? I never look at people while playing live poker because I'm focused on the decision making, and I'm an online player, so I just look at like bet patterns and stuff. And so I'm pretty sure if I look up at people, I can see them like sighing and doing all sorts of goofy stuff.
Yeah, pick one spot and just stare at it.
That's basically what I do. And I try to like not look at my chip stack. I just look straight ahead, and then if I'm going to do something, I just announce what I'm going to do because I don't want to make mistakes. Because I'm a giant live fish.
You wear sunglasses?
No, I basically just stare ahead, and then I'll be like, raise $35, and then just count it out and then put it out. I don't know. Like I made too many mistakes before where I try to like raise it a certain amount, but then I accidentally put it in the wrong chips or something, or like accidentally make it like a min raise or something. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, I didn't want to do that.
You should definitely be staring at your opponents.
Yeah.
Luckily, I've realized that my hand starts shaking whenever pots get large in general. It's not an indication of value or bluff because I've tried both.
Well, for me, I find it like socially awkward just to stare in some like weird old dude's face for like 5 minutes at like 5 a.m. in the morning. I don't know. You just like put in a big raise, and then they're all like staring at you, and it's like, there's probably information I can gather off of like watching you, but it's just kind of weird. Just two dudes just staring each other down or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
but my hand starting to twitch isn't really something I can.
Yeah, I feel like if I'm the one to stop looking, then somehow he's like, I don't know, out alphaed me and has figured me out or something. I'm just like, I don't know, dude. I'm just, I'm an online player. I just figure out bet patterns. I'm just gonna stare straight ahead.
Yeah, that's not a bad strategy, but you're definitely missing out on some information.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 10 minutes late, isn't he?
I wish I had the Phil Ivey death stare where I could just like, just glare at them and be like,
Phil Ivey will steal your soul. Over
exactly. Look deep into the dark crevices of their soul and be like, oh.
Did that gaming club in Europe ever pay Ivy on that 6 mil?
I don't know. I didn't really follow through that story.
I didn't hear.
I should check. I'll do it after my session. I'm sure they did. Otherwise, either they found out that he stole money or like he was colluding or cheating, and he would be in jail probably, or they can't figure anything out and they probably have to pay him. So I'm pretty sure he was a
they're
lawyer.
gonna have to.
Yeah, I didn't hear Ivan went to jail, so I'm pretty sure they paid him back.
The site's probably just. I mean, the casino's probably just a little shady, and you know.
They're a private gambling club. They're like a gaming club for high rollers over in London.
Yeah, I didn't really mean shady. They just not in a real hurry to pay out that kind of winnings. They want to make sure, you know.
Time to re-raise with a big draw. Oh.
For value?
Yes. Whoa, wait, with ace jack?
Bluff. Bluff.
Should I shove all in here?
Bluff.
I am. Is this guy's a fish? He folds. That's the thing is, I'm not sure if he'll call with worse there, but then I looked at his stats, and he's short stacked, and he has less than a pot size bet left, so I guess there is value to be had. He'll surprise me.
Your name's not doing you a ton of justice.
That's a standard knitter.
Standard knitter.
I don't think they know what a knitter is.
I would have liked standard niddles.
Niddles.
But you couldn't make that fit.
Well, maybe as a standard knitter, they picture some old lady knitting socks.
There you go.
Or standard sized sweater vests.
They definitely screwed you.
Yeah. I wish I could change my name.
You should talk to him and be like, hey, you need to let me change my name, because if I would have known, I wouldn't look like an idiot.
Yeah. I don't know what to change my name to, though. Because Nitreg was taken, apparently. So.
Just take out, was it? Just take out, like, the D-A-R-D and be Stan Nitreg.
Yeah. I might just be the Nitreg.
Or A-R-D. Stand Nitreg.
Yeah.
The problem with S1X is that it's often too short for most websites' name fields, so I've been doing all kinds of suffixes. I think I'm just finally going to be consistent from now on and do S1X plus.
There was a really annoying guy on either Full Tilt or PokerStars, or I can't remember which side it was, but his screen name was like 001100001, and like one or two of the zeros were actually O's, like uppercase O's.
Oh God.
So it was like almost impossible to find him on Poker Tracker. You'd have to like copy his name out of the hand history file and then put it in. Super tilting.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I had one screen name a few years ago on like Doyle's Room or something that was all numbers. It was eight numbers. Nothing like that, but it was 8 numbers. It was like 11068833.
You should put in someone's phone number.
That'd be sweet.
You should try and like say something in binary code.
Yeah.
Have like a command line be your name. That'd be so funny.
Yours should have been nitreg.com.
Yeah.
If chips, then take.
Except I'm kind of afraid I'm going to do something stupid. Not like if I'm going to do something stupid, but when I do something stupid, people are going to look me up and then berate me on my site. Be like, you're an idiot. Look at this play you did. Like, yeah. Can't really deny that.
This one move you did defines everything about you.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of weird because on my YouTube channel, someone will comment on a video that I did like months ago, and it'll be like an hour and a half long video, and they'll be like, "Oh, you should open Jack 9 there," or I'll be like, "Wait, what?" Like, or they'll be like, "You're a giant fish. You should open up Jack 9 or something." Or there's a couple of comments that are just random and.
I never say that, but I have quite random questions like that.
Yeah, I wish there was a way to like timestamp. Or I guess there is a way to timestamp YouTube, but it's you have to put in like I guess weird code or something like at something. But oh wait, did I check or did I call pre-flop? I meant to check, but I might have called.
No, I think you checked.
This is why you should set the default chat to detailed. So you can remind yourself when you're forgetful like that.
But there's many advantages not to, such as tilting Derek every single time I play. Every single time I play and Derek's railing, there's always a hand where I'm like, wait, what happened? When I'm playing by myself, like, I know exactly what's happening. It's mostly when I'm talking or whatever.
Because you're not conversating with 3 others.
Yeah.
I've noticed you've been on a little bit of autopilot.
A wee bit.
If we just talk about poker stuff for all of the hours, we get sort of burned out. You got to keep the conversation interesting at least a little bit. So I'll start saying things that are on my mind, and he'll often go along with it. It's not my fault.
Yeah, it is.
I should just record the audio and make it a giant podcast.
You should. You should.
Yeah, you'd get tons of followers.
But then there will be parts that people won't get because there's no visual things to accompany it.
Yeah, but those that follow religiously, that keep from conversation to conversation, they'll start to get it.
They're getting a couple of opinions on a couple of different hands.
I was thinking it would be awesome to start a podcast where, like, maybe twice a month, I would interview one just random grinder that grinds like 10 an hour or something, and then after that interview and just ask them about, like, what their story is, what their current like issues are at poker, like what they're struggling with, and then after that I would interview some like high stakes guy or mid stakes or something, and then after that it would be like a question and answer session, like, okay, so this player says that they're struggling with playing out of position, do you have any specific hand, or do you have any specific tips for them? Say this hand, for instance, like, how would you play this? Something like that. Thing is, I
like that idea a lot.
What's that?
I like that idea a lot.
Yeah. It sounds kind of cool, but I'm not sure how many, like... I know there's a lot of low-stakes players that would do it, but I'm not sure how many high-stakes players would do it.
Yeah, how many people do you know that would go along with this?
They're not getting much out of it.
I know a handful of people, but not enough to make, like, a ton of podcasts off of it. And
give me 10 grand and I'll be a mid-die stakes player.
But no one would want to hear your advice. They'll be like, wait, who's this?
Good point.
Then every 3 times, just interview me. People say I'm quite entertaining somehow.
Your voice is very recognizable.
Derek, you could definitely be his co-host. Like, you guys have a great dynamic. When I was watching one of his streams on Black Chip, like, you guys have an awesome little dynamic.
Yeah.
Was that the one where I was actually physically next to him?
Yes. You tried to coin the term S1XE. You did. Swear to God.
Somebody else did that first.
Oh, that's awesome.
You definitely need to
take it, though.
Derek is an awesome... Wait, what? I like how there's a long moment of silence and we just both started talking at the same time.
I want to hear a compliment first.
You sound very confident that it's a compliment.
I was just about to say that.
Say something really shitty now.
Would do that.
You smell bad, and
Oh,
wait. I was talking to Derek.
You are terrible at that.
you are that. You are.
I was gonna say that Derek's a really cool co-host because he just says really funny things randomly, like sprinkled throughout.
One-liners.
Yeah, Derek's the king of the one-liner.
One-liners.
Derek is the sprinkles to our boring vanilla conversation.
Exactly. No one cares about poker scrap. They're there for the one-liners.
But all seriousness, man, you really should like to try and make a podcast out of it. Like, when I hear you on all the Grinder Schools podcasts, not because I have like a relationship with as one of your students or whatever, but I actually find your segments to be the most detailed and informative.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Yeah, I'm glad that you like it. I mean, I don't really listen to the podcast, to be honest. I just try to make like segments that I think would be somewhat interesting.
True.
The
I
other
just got
problem
done
is I'm not sure like what topics to talk about. Like I could probably come up with some stuff, but I feel like after a few times I just run out of things to say.
Your
Yeah,
logic.
I can't make a good podcast because I often have to gather my thoughts in the
Yeah,
middle way too much, and you need to have constant talking, unlike a video in which the visual stuff can distract you from short pauses in the conversation.
yeah. I know what I'm gonna do here, but what would you guys do with the tens?
Tens. Ooh. I would definitely have to call him, but there's someone else in the pot. What's got? Yeah, I would probably just shove.
Auto shove.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds good.
I
Because
agree.
if he's gonna call his bet, he's only got like $1 something left. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So you might as well drag him in there too and try and force him in there.
yeah. Oh, I don't have any equity.
Damn.
I was like, hey, I've got an
Oh.
open under. Oh, wait, no, I don't.
Ouch.
Queens.
No, it's auto shove every time.
Yeah, I think so. The one thing that's kind of interesting though is he only threw at 3% over 217 hands, but
Yeah.
I feel like when people just do that big spazzy 30-something big blind raise, it's usually just pretty random. I mean, sometimes they show up with big hands, but I agree. I would call there every time. But
A lot of times it's a coin flip. Some of the times you have him crushed, and then
Yeah.
every so often he's got you crushed.
a lot of times people just get bored and they're like, screw it, I got pocket sixes, we're all in.
Whoa. I picked up a OESFDMAM.
Open-ended straight flush draw.
FU.
Wait, what was the rest?
I don't know. But I might get nope, never mind. It looks like it's going to be a small pot.
Brick. OUT.
Well, can't say this is the greatest session I've ever had, but still up a good amount. Down 2 binds in EV.
Getting killed a little bit and crushing on one table.
Yeah. Still up a bind. Not too shabby. Oh, and I guess I got $13 in rake, so in rake back, that's $4 or so.
Yeah, 450 or so. Nice.
Yeah, not too bad.
There's usually not a ton of tables going at 10 and L either.
Yeah. They're probably just excited that I'm on Giant Fish is there.
I'm not sure whether people don't start tables with me because they don't like playing heads up or because they don't like playing heads up with me.
Probably both.
What do you play? 10 and L? I know you're mostly 20 and L, aren't you?
20 Revolution, 25 Merge.
Yeah, I haven't played with you at all, but I'm gonna come take your money, Derek. I'm coming after you.
We all a bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, but I never played with you. I'd like to sit down and at least get some stats on you. I'll find you. Don't worry.
Just go into PTR and download his entire database.
Nah, I really don't do that stuff, but I probably should.
I'll tell you right now. I will look at the way you play and then play in the way the counter's at the best.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. But you know,
Just need some,
if there's. Go ahead.
just need some donk on donk violence in that match.
If there's players of you guys' caliber playing at 20 and 10 and L, then I mean I might as well challenge myself a little bit and go after some of the better players at 10 and 20 and L.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I mean, I keep having to withdraw to meet my min payments for student loans. Otherwise, I have a lot more leverage.
Yeah, I do about the same. I mean, you're probably cashing out more than I am, but being a U.S. player, I never keep much on the side anyway. I mean, I cashed out 500 and stopped playing on Merge because I was scared they're going to close down.
My rule right now is... Ew. I saw something I don't like. My rule is if my bank account has less than my poker accounts...
What do you got on Rev?
Then withdraw.
What are you playing with on Rev? I got 12 on Rev.
1200.
1200 on Rev.
It's too much for me. I got my.
I started the day with like 830-ish. I haven't checked it since then.
That's pretty good. See, I jump up to 50 and L a little bit, but
I think I'm up a little bit for today.
I'm really pushing, man. I'm trying to get to 200 NL as quick as possible. The rake is better. The players are a lot better, obviously, but I think there's some money to be made up there.
You guys should do a giant flip for your bankrolls, and then whoever wins can take the next shot higher.
Fuck that. I don't do stupid crap like that, man.
Talk about gambling it up. That's terrible, Pat. I can't believe you actually said that.
Yeah. Standard niddles over here suggest coin flips for freaking stacks.
No, not stacks, bankrolls.
Is that his new pet name?
Niddles. He flops the niddles.
I don't take negative EV propositions, but I will put a lot of money on coin flips.
You're ridiculous.
No, I can't do that.
I've only ever gambled once in my life. Like, gambling, meaning taking a negative EV proposition. And that was playing one-handed blackjack. And then I quit.
Yeah, you obviously never been married.
That's true.
Oh, man.
I put $5 down on blackjack, and it was super boring, and I was like, screw that. The one that I don't understand are penny slots.
What I don't get is how, like, in Vegas, you could play the slots and then go broke, or you could play poker, but you'll get a better comp playing slots.
Yeah. Well, slots make them the most money because eventually they get all your money, whereas poker, they basically are just charging you for a service. They're not really taking your money by gambling. So
I think it's obvious why they do that.
Oh yeah, it's definitely obvious why they do that. I just don't like it. I think you should get better comps playing poker.
You know what I don't understand is...
If you're a prop player, maybe.
On lock poker, if you realize, like, let's say this middle table here, this guy raises and someone calls, well, then they take the rake out on the flop. They shouldn't do that. What they should do is take it out after the hand's over, because then they get more money. Because, like, let's say someone calls and the pot is 95 cents, but then they take out, 5 cents. Then the pot is only 90 cents. And so then they start building up a smaller pot. Whereas if they took it out all on the river, there would be a lot of extra money in.
Yeah, I got you. Even though it's cumulative.
I thought if you hit the pot button, it'll. Oh, never mind.
It'll make it the original pot plus the rake.
Yeah.
But I don't think it does it?
But that's the thing is, they take the rake out during the hand, which is kind of weird.
So if you were to mash the pot and wait till the end of the hand to take out the rake, the pots would be much bigger.
Right. Well, I guess technically if everyone always mashed pot, then it would be the same size. But if someone made an actual pot size bet, then yeah.
Well, you're not going to always mash pot, but the times that you do, the pot will get much bigger.
Right.
I hardly ever mash pot. I always key in the bet size.
Yeah.
Usually.
I hope this guy bets. Oh, you know what? This guy's a big fish. I should have done something goofy like bet 20 cents on the turn.
I like using the scroll wheel.
Yeah, I love that.
That's the one thing I do love about my Mac is there's no scroll wheel. I just kind of like move my hands on the mouse and it scrolls, so that is really easy for me.
See, I think one thing we have in common is we're U.S. players, and something you have to understand is that the dynamic. I mean, if we were all playing on stars, we wouldn't have a whole lot to bitch about, really.
No.
America.
Yeah, if we were playing on stars, it would be like we would be having contests as to who will win the most flips every day.
Yeah.
I definitely did that when playing on stars.
We wouldn't have started a Skype group, probably. I mean, honestly.
We wouldn't have time for it.
I used to go into like 2NL and 5NL tables with friends, and we would just shove all in every hand for like pot limit Omaha, and just there'd be people like coming in and leaving, and like, oh my gosh, these guys are crazy, and we just keep shipping stacks back and forth.
That's funny.
I ended up.
What's the point of that?
It was just
Omaha flips.
Yeah, just Omaha flips. It's just super fun. Like one time, I built up such a giant stack that no matter how many times people would win, I would eventually just win once and restack them, and just add to my bankroll. So like no one could catch up to me. I could literally just shove in every hand, and even if you called me with just aces every time, you're gonna still be losing money. Like the best play is to wait for a strong hand, call, and then hit and run, and then sit back down at the table. But people don't do that.
I remember some people went deep into flips on a random 10NL table, and at some point somebody had $2,600 in their stack.
What? On a 10NL table? That's amazing.
Can you imagine how much rake there was too? It'd be $20 pots every single time, or $20.
And a different player had 1,500.
Wow.
And they both flipped that.
That's sickening. I don't think I could ever do that.
You ever seen Ilary Sahamius?
Yeah.
That's what he does, and I don't know what the hell's going on there, but he runs really good in them, and he's made a bunch of money from that stuff. PLO in general, but flips too.
Yeah. It's slightly negative EV though for tick rake, but
these are gambling junkies.
Yeah.
They just live for the gamble, not even the outcome.
I mean, look at like Phil Ivey. He's really smart professional player, and he still throws away a bunch of money every year on craps and blackjack and a bunch of other shit that's negative EV.
Yeah. The thing though is I think he can write that off of his gambling winnings.
Yeah, they have to be really careful, but yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Wait, how can he write off those losses?
Like, let's say you win 20 million, but you lose 10 million in like craps or baccarat or something. Then instead of being taxed for 20 million, you get taxed for 10 million because it's your winnings minus your losses.
You got to be a little bit careful, but yes.
Yeah.
By opening up the books, now you might have other winnings on the books that you might not be paying taxes for, or that they're going to look into quite heavily.
Yeah. If you're writing off gambling losses on your tax form, you're definitely going to get audited.
They're going to be like, wait a minute, did you really win 20 million to offset that 10, or did you win 50 million and try to offset 10? Let's look into this a little further.
Which isn't anything for them to do. They just pull up your name and get a subpoena for your banking records.
But those rich guys have ways of keeping all that stuff, locked up. Really good lawyers, and they know tricks to keep the money flowing. Maybe it gets immediately invested in the stock market or something, and you cash it out in 10 years, and when it comes back, it's completely clean. You pay your taxes on it.
Yeah, but if you're waiting 10 years...
Well, I mean, there's ways to do it shorter than that, but you know what I mean. You hire some geek accountant lawyer, and he handles all that little stuff for you.
Yeah. Like, here's $1 million, make my 20 disappear, but I still want access to it.
And you might get 80% return on your money, and it's completely legal. It's basically legal money laundering, but you can't get away with 100%. I mean, that's not going to be possible, but...
Well, if you win at live poker, and you have a bunch of chips, you can't... I think it's like 10,000. You can't cash out more than 10,000 at a time without writing up like a huge statement of this is how much you're taking out. But if you just keep withdrawing little increments, I think you could technically get away with it.
Right.
But you'd have to literally go there. Well,
every day and cash out.
Yeah,
But it's an all or nothing proposition. Like,
You bring in a backpack full of chips every day.
Yeah.
you're still going to get audited, but you might not have anything to show for it. So there's nothing they're going to find, and you might be okay.
Yeah,
If
usually
you're
by
not
the book, like, hey, look, I cashed out every day at this amount. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. I guess
Also,
if you're not
won't
spending
somebody-
a fortune,
Won't somebody throw up a whole bunch of red flags if you're repeatedly cashing out like 9,900?
Well,
Yes.
don't
Just
just cash out
the-
9,900 every time. That's getting a little greedy.
but they're not gonna. There's so many ways to do it though. Like, if you win 9,900 cash in cash games, they can't say anything about it. They're not going to make you fill out anything. And in fact, at my casino, I think you can win like 12 grand, and they they don't know what you bought in for, so they can't make you pay taxes on any of that. In a tournament, they can, or the slots they can, or the blackjack table they can, but not poker for some reason.
Yeah.
Best way to do it is to move to Canada.
Oh,
But assuming
is.
that is still here.
but assuming they can at 9,900 or something, all you have to do is like cash out 9,200 and then walk over to the blackjack table with your other 4 grand, and milk it that way, or throw some in some slots and then cash out, or go have a nice dinner with some cash and throw some in the machine or something. There's just so
No,
many
or
ways
have a
to
dinner
launder
with
that.
your
Cash out,
chips.
you should put it in a deposit at the casino in one of their safe boxes, then come back and withdraw 1,000 at a time.
Yeah. Well,
There's tons of ways to do it.
you can also sell your chips off to people, I think.
Right.
I
That's
don't think they
illegal.
let you do it on the tables though. Like at the Hard Rock down here, like I can't just like pass someone a stack and him give me 100 for it.
Right.
You can
Pretty
catch
sure you're
people at
never
the
allowed
cashier.
to sell chips.
But if you go back to your hotel room and be like, 90 cents on the dollar, I'll give you all these.
True. You wouldn't even have to make an offer like 90 cents on the dollar. Like you could just be like, hey, you want to buy these? I don't feel like walking down to the cage.
Yeah.
When you say something like 90 cents on the dollar, I'm instantly going to think that you have something to gain from that or that you're trying to get over somehow. So I'm instantly going to be like, no. That's just how I work. I'm a salesman.
I have a 29-hour Skype call with someone going,
Jesus.
Why?
just never turns it off.
That's funny.
You guys should set a world record
There you go. You're
Until-
probably halfway there.
until
Can't, his internet will go out.
internet
Sucks.
goes out, yeah. You could do that as a point, like try to set the world record, and then Comcast like shuts off randomly, and be like, "See, Comcast has a stick."
Comcast.
Yeah,
It's a nice American company.
they suck so bad.
What do they give you,
Oh,
like
that's out there by you.
1 megabyte down?
1 megabyte down. That's terrible.
Download a
Don't
nice
be
text
guilty.
file. Sick.
Takes like 10 minutes to download an email.
I can get pictures.
Put the pictures on when you go to school. They're done when you get back. So,
Comes back for lunch. It's halfway there.
Gotta check out my pictures, make sure my dial-up's still connected. I miss that
man,
sound. I'm not gonna lie. I like how everyone does it.
That was awesome.
That's so 1995.
Yeah.
when I was like 9 years old, sneaking downstairs to try to play StarCraft, and there was just no good way to do it.
That was
No.
my life too. It was just like, let's go on the computer. It's really quiet. I'm like,
I remember I was like 17 years old and I was playing Age of Empires with like some kid in China. And my mother got like a $4,000 phone bill.
what?
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
It's because you had to connect
was-
directly to the person.
Did you get
Yeah,
out
I
of
did.
that
I
phone bill?
I don't know. I was so young. I think we did. I really think
Dude,
we did.
I remember like sneaking down at 4 a.m. to play StarCraft because I was only allowed an hour in the day, like to play in the day, and I would wrap my modem in like 7 towels while it was connecting
What? That's nuts, dude.
Why
That's
did
a
they have
fire
it make that
hazard.
noise?
to block the noise, man.
It can't. You can't block that noise. That thing pierces through anything.
No, it didn't. I would cover it in like 10 towels and then like smother it with myself.
You're like laying on top of your modem covered in towels.
I would like shove it down up my shirt and like hug it in the towel. And like turn on
No
the fan.
sound waves will get through. That is
TMI.
hysterical.
Had to play StarCraft, dude.
No, you were just hugging it because that's where you thought where naked girls came from.
They do.
It's so true. They do.
More naked girls come out of my modem than in real life.
Napoleon, all the hot babes are on the internet.
Yes.
That's true. That's where all the hot babes are.
That's where I met LaFonda.
Fonda.
LaFonda. I was not expecting her to get off that bus like that. I was like, what? No way. And then you see him later on with that big necklace and the do-rag and the tank top.
Remember when that movie came out? And well, remember a year after it came out, but all the mainstream like caught up to it, and
Yeah.
like everyone was quoting it 24/7.
I was like, oh my god, dude, that's been out for a year. I was like, who wrote the theme song? Everyone was like, everyone was telling me Jack Johnson. I was like, nope. I was like, if you can't Google that, then don't talk. Don't talk.
What are you talking about? I was like, I put this on
The
hold.
theme song from Napoleon
Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Napoleon Dynamite.
A boot.
Oh, boot,
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 boot.
stairs. Oh wait.
That's mean-spirited, Tilty.
You just crossed the line.
Yeah, we're all mortified.
Dude, they have run it twice now on stars
Oh, on all the tables.
and on full tilt.
I don't get how does that run it twice work? Do you have to win both, or if you tie, do you split? Like, how does that
Just
work?
like it normally works. Like you get a percentage of the pot. Like
Each board is worth half the pot.
no, yeah, and run it twice. Each board's worth half the pot.
Really?
Yeah. But it's retarded because it's like none of us would want really to use it, especially if you're
So
playing
both
at
parties
stake.
have to agree, of course.
I would do it
Well,
every
like,
time with a
personally-
red.
Personally, I like to play with a really deep bankroll, so it's pretty bad for me to use it.
I mean, mathematically, the EV doesn't make a difference unless there's more rake.
Just lowers your variance, kind of.
I feel like we've had this conversation before.
Yeah, we had this conversation. It lasted 4.5 hours.
I finally did the math, and that really, really small amount that it was off by when I did the math was just a rounding error, and I felt bad.
It's like posting a straddle. There's no mathematical advantages, only psychological.
For cash
That's
games.
why, like, whenever I'm at the Silks or whenever I'm playing cash and someone straddles, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, that gives you nothing but the option.
Min raise the
Well,
turn.
the thing that straddling does though, it's good if you're not the straddler because then you raise to more because the pot is more,
Yeah.
so you get more value and you play a bigger pot with shallower stacks.
And
So
also,
you have a better chance to stack off earlier because the stack to pot ratio goes way down.
it also doesn't make sense that you're putting in a lot of money out of position with
Exactly.
100% of your range.
Doesn't make sense if you're playing like with fish.
Yeah.
If you're playing
Well-
versus like extremely deep thinking players, you could probably do something with it if you had specific reads, but
I think it's
It
better
doesn't-
with fish. I do it sometimes at live casinos when people are starting to get tight. But then sometimes when you start straddling, it just sets people off.
can you
and they're
straddle there or is it a blind raise?
you can straddle, and
Oh, if you
some
can't
people.
straddle here, it's a blind raise.
Oh,
The only
wow,
reason
stupid.
I would do it versus fish is to encourage them to do it so that I can pop them higher if I get a value hand.
Yeah, they do that, or sometimes they'll all limp because they're like, oh, it's a raised pot, but I can see it for only $6, and
That's not how they think. They just think it's like, oh, it's this much to see a flop. Okay.
yeah, so you can just see a big multi-way flop. Or if you're short stacked, it's great because you can just jam over the top when they all limp like all the time. You know, just have like any ace or king and just shove.
I mean, it's sick when you straddle and you get like kings or something
Yeah.
What about the Mississippi straddle?
on the button.
I don't
Isn't that
like
the one
it.
where you straddle the button?
I don't like it
Yeah.
because I don't understand 100% how I could exploit it 100%.
Well, you're in position versus under the gun. It's
I
the
mean-
exact same thing except you're in position.
I raise almost all the buttons a lot, so it makes sense. But the thing is, I don't want other people to know or at least notice that I'm doing that. I don't
Well,
want it to
It's
be.
it's a
straddle.
good way to build the pot without acting it.
It's true.
The things that make Mississippi straddling a lot better is that like post flop, you can do a lot more. When you have the straddle and someone raises your straddle when you're under the gun, post flop, it's like you might miss value or accidentally give them a free card. Mississippi straddle, you cannot possibly fuck up the pot.
In position is key. I mean, you could basically make an argument that you could do that all day on the button, and that'd be a nice profitable play.
Yeah, it's true.
Whereas under the gun, it's not.
Well, the thing is, like, technically you would break even c-betting any flop 2 times the pot. Like, considering that they're going to miss like 60 whatever percent of the time. So if you're constantly playing bigger pots,
And
and you just c-bet like 60% of the pot, it'll still be so profitable.
Then you can tighten your range from all the other positions and basically just play the button and the blinds or something and get away with just a nice profitable play.
The bad part about it though is it narrows everyone else's ranges that pre-flop before the button, because if you're playing like 1 in 200 and say you straddle for like 800, that guy's got to pop you to like 2k instead of popping to 600 like you normally would. So he's not going to do that without a really good hand.
Again, I'm pretty sure that
you induce that
there's
action.
No mathematical advantage, just only psychological.
I don't think so. Not with Mississippi.
With the Mississippi, I almost feel like you getting the straddle. Hang on, I gotta get the phone. Sorry, guys.
No problem. Well, if everyone's doing a mandatory straddle, then there is no real advantage. But if you're the only one doing it, then there's a disadvantage.
Mathematically.
Yeah, as you're putting all this money out of position.
Oh yeah, of course.
I think you and Derek are right. In the long run, it's negative EV mathematically, but it's not quite as negative EV mathematically as the under the gun post.
Another difference with Mississippi straddle versus regular straddle is when you regular straddle, people are like, I don't know, when you Mississippi straddle, it's much easier pre-flop. Like, you can make a lot more folds, or it's different pre-flop. I was like, I don't even know what I was going to say. I forgot what I was going to say.
I guess you can adjust, and after a while kind of switch gears and stop posting and go back to normal, let people, get back to their normal game, and then you can start posting again. It puts a lot of pressure on people, and it's going to tighten up the game eventually, which is going to make your life a little bit harder, but I don't know. It polarizes people's ranges a bit, right? So you're back to like stealing a bunch and then folding to everybody's raising.
Well, the thing is, like, if you play Mississippi straddle,
you're controlling the table by doing that.
If you're playing like 1-2 no limit with Mississippi straddle, and
talking live here.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And someone live, and someone straddles the button for like $6, or say they even straddle it for $8, or eight. Say they do 10 because that's like normal. People are gonna limp for 10 now because that's what fish do. So when you raise, like, you're gonna be raising to like 30 in a 1-2 game, which is really nice because people are really bad live.
Yeah,
and
but just
your aces or queens are probably good like all the time.
Just the point of having position, like the whole rest of the hand, is what makes that a profitable play. If you're doing it to 10 every time, that's gonna put the negative EV scale. That's gonna make it even more negative EV.
Yeah, I don't know how much it would matter with the straddle though, like pre-flop versus a Mississippi straddle. A lot though, because like with the straddle you still act last. And like Mississippi straddles don't pre-flop.
Yeah, the straddle. The point of the Mississippi is just to get position.
Yeah, post-flop.
Team viewer quit.
Yeah, it just showed that it quit for me too. Let me give you guys a new code. I'm not sure what's up. Hold on.
Whatever, 1-2 has a bunch of fish. We should be crushing it anyway.
Oh man, computer's acting up.
If you can filter out the tilting conversation you hear.
What bugs me the most is when players get up with profit and go to the table and go to the cage, get their money, and then buy back into the table.
Yeah, it's like rude.
Oh wow, they come back after doing that?
Yeah, I've seen at my casino. I've seen a few players do it.
They're live rat holers.
What is?
Yeah, there are live rat holers. There are.
That's really
Yeah.
funny. I'd be kind of upset if someone did that, but
I said
know.
something to somebody one time, and he just kind of smiled, and I think the pit guy was like right there, and he didn't say shit.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd have been like, shows you don't have that much faith in your skills.
And there was a list going, a waiting list, and then he just came right back to the table before they called the next person.
No, you're not supposed to be able to do that. You're supposed to have to wait like an hour or two.
He tried to claim that he was about to leave, and last second he decided to go ahead and sit back down. And he bought in for the minimum when he sat back down, and like instantly doubled up, of course, and same old shit.
I just posted the team viewer thing back again.
Then we should rejoin it and then only watch it 20% of the time.
What?
R2D2 got his volume turned down.
I have to move my mic for a second.
Hey, you're back.
Battery charged. There we go. Is this one not
Cool.
working?
It's cold in here. I am now hiding under a blanket.
There we go.
Please don't have two pair.
Oh, I see you lowered the quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hit 30 hours on the stick call. Glorious day.
That's insane.
Why is everyone quiet now?
I really wonder what the world record is. Like, I would be willing to try to beat it.
I'm gonna look it up.
I don't know. There's had to be a stipulation that there was an actual conversation going for at least this much of the time, the whole time, or
Well,
else that would just get lame.
There are 4 of us, and then also there's people that live in like England and Australia and stuff that I coach, so they could fill in. We could.
Dude, you should get a Nick Red Ventrilo instead of.
Yeah. But the thing is, I have to buy slots, don't I?
You can buy a freaking 10 slot Ventrilo for like $1 a month.
But that's $1 I could save by having Skype.
That's more than one that you owe me still.
Wait, what?
You bought a pot for me.
Oh, yeah, that's right. What's your email?
I don't care, just as long as you were gonna pay it.
I was gonna pay it the other night. I think you sent me the email, but I forgot.
Told you it was bad call. No.
It was a good call. It was $2.
We getting
It's not about the dollars. It's about the percentage of your stack.
Here, send me your email and I'll do it right now.
I don't even care, honestly. I will buy a cheeseburger with it.
You said I will buy a cheeseburger.
And that's one cheeseburger I don't need.
Hey, you know what? I have a set.
Bink.
I was just listening to a podcast by JGB1, or not JGB1, by Lacrosse or whatever his name is from Grinder School, and he was saying you have to win a minimum 28 big blinds to make your sets profitable.
You see Lacrosse?
Yeah,
you
you see
that one.
Lacrosse.
Is it? I can't. Are you streaming still?
Uh-huh.
Okay, never mind.
Too risque for
can't
streams.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
it's not.
I'm not
It's just-
saying anything additional about him because we're streaming.
No, it's nothing
Gotcha.
about lacrosse. It's nothing
Email.
about-
I was just making the comment that I was just listening to a segment on a Grinder School blog. I wasn't saying anything
I
negative.
did not renew my Grindr School subscription.
Oh,
Fail.
jizz.
Dude, honestly, Grindr School doesn't do much for me anymore. It's a matter of, like, my league is not applying my knowledge.
Jam on toast.
Yeah, that requires, I think, things that no poker site can
Nice.
provide you.
What? So sick.
Psychological thing instead.
Like
You're
there's
running
nothing.
like Tilty.
What? We did what down who? I don't know. I found like the last month I had grinder school. It's like they taught me, and it really taught me nothing.
I've actually totally slacked. I haven't got my subscription yet. Totally slacking.
That's not true. I probably picked up like for every 4 videos I watched, I probably found something useful in like 1.5 of those videos.
At grinder school,
Yeah,
those coaches
Like-
suck.
those coaches suck.
Aww.
Honestly, the only reason I was ever into grinder school is because like when I worked at Walmart, I needed something to listen to, and I would just like listen to podcasts.
Yeah, that's
And
what
now
I
that I
do with
quit,
my free
I have
time.
not listened to one.
Well, even though you're not there anymore, I'll keep that in mind, and I have been leaning towards doing videos that are supposed to put you into the right mindset, because
Dude,
a lot of people have leaks that way.
the best time to listen to that stuff and absorb knowledge is when, like, for me, when I was working there, because I did a really fast-paced job there, which, like, so I was pretty much always exercising, so I found, like, I absorbed knowledge the best when I was doing that.
What's fast paced about Walmart? Oh, stocking or something, or unloading
I
trucks,
worked
right?
in receiving, so
Oh yeah, definitely.
Certainly not cashiering.
no, I didn't. I worked overnights. It wasn't open.
That's cool.
That's
You
what I
don't have to
love
work
about
with
it.
customers.
Dude, at Christmas when they went 24/7, I had to deal with like customers. Oof,
Customers are the nut low, especially if you work at
not
Walmart.
low. Yeah, and the
Worse than the nut
weird
low.
people come in.
Yeah.
Dude,
Like,
there's
I
a
live in
website
Canada.
devoted to the weird people of Walmart, bro.
Yeah, but that's most of that stuff's in the States. Like,
Yeah, we have the better freaks.
yeah, you have way more quality freaks. Actually, I think Canada has more quality freaks, but I think US has more quantity.
No, our freaks are definitely freakier.
Yeah, but ours don't include drugs. That's the thing.
Alright. So you guys have like an all natural type freaks.
Exactly, which is much more freaky because their mind is technically straight.
Oh, good point.
Patrick lives in liberal Cali. I think he'd disagree.
I live in Davis. It's so
Lives in,
liberal. It's
like,
called the
Patrick lives
Republic
in the
of
most
Davis.
drug-infested state almost in the U.S.
The Republic of Davis.
Republic.
They dim the streetlights super low at night, so there's no light pollution, so people can see the stars. Someone got raped 2 blocks away from my house too.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome.
No, it's not
Every-
awesome. Someone
every
got raped.
racist-
Are
every
those
racist
are those
is like,
things
yes.
related?
I think so. I think it's super dark. Like, I'd be nervous if my sister lived here. And
Make sure you carry your mace, Patrick.
people here are pretty peaceful, it seems like, but I heard that there was an armed robbery like 7 blocks away from where I
You live
live,
in
and then there was a
California.
rape like 2 blocks from where I live. But
That's definitely.
super safe place to live, I would say. But
Yeah, and somebody
heard
chomped through my bike lock more than once.
Decent flop.
yeah, someone tells me he has like top set or something.
Derek, have you ever stolen a bike or stolen anything?
Have I?
Yeah.
I say no, he hasn't.
Overs,
I can't-
unders.
I
Wait.
can't
First of
remember
all,
anything.
Derek, yes or no?
I can't remember anything. No.
Okay, so then I can't make this bet.
I've stolen before. When I was little, I stole a pack of crayons.
Shove them up
That's
your nose.
awesome.
I wanted a pack of crayons, and my mom said that she would give it to me if I was a good boy.
Yo,
you can already tell the
whenever-
story's gonna be good.
When I
But
worked,
I was naughty, so I took them.
I worked at Walmart, and this is like less than a year ago, so I'm still like over 20. And when the new crayons used to come in, me and my buddies used to just smell them.
What?
Wow.
Open them and smell them.
Smell crayons?
Oh, the smell of a new pack of crayons. Oh. Come
Wow.
on, everyone loves that smell.
Okay.
Not like sit there for 20 minutes, but that's
We're
just
No,
me.
just something that you would absorb and appreciate. I get it.
I was gonna do
Dude.
something silly. My fault.
I hear a lot of beeping.
Yeah. I was gonna do something really silly. I was gonna bluff GM Ace 10 offsuit.
How are you doing with your session?
I'm up $13.
I've made more than you. Playing
Cool.
Diablo. It's really bad. You better.
How is
Yeah,
playing Diablo so profitable?
I don't know. I've just gotten ass over head lucky in the
Like,
last week.
Awesome.
Oh, so
I would
sick.
normally not believe that people would be that willing to buy stuff in Diablo, but then I realized that so many people buy worthless play money chips, and then I think maybe it is kind of possible.
Dude, people
Is
are
there
like super bad with money.
They want to be really cool with their internet friends, so they buy cool gear.
I mean, like, who knows who buys this gear? I mean, the highest you can put something is $250. I mean,
What?
Whoever discovered microtransactions is a genius.
yo, Blizzard rapes you so hard when like they take 15% plus $1 minimum from every transaction.
Ouch.
Yeah. So if you sell something for $250, you only get like 211 or something. I forget
Still
what it is.
kind of cool though, because back in the day, you used to just get like items and not have anything to do with them.
Oh, it used to be a black market. Now it's an official market.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
standardized it. They pretty much did what the government would do with like weed. Like now you can buy gold from Blizzard, but they take 15% if you sell them gold.
Wow.
is it legal in Canada yet?
It's been
Weed?
decriminalized.
Now actually like it's weird. It's more legal in the States technically now than in Canada.
What?
Well, Pennsylvania or yeah. No, what was it? Two states made it legal.
Oh
California
yeah.
and
I
somewhere
think
else.
yeah, they voted on
Colorado.
it.
Oh, yeah,
No, yeah,
Colorado.
Colorado just voted on it too.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
definitely legal. California's definitely legal.
The governor of Colorado, I read a quote in the Tampa Bay Times. He was like, "Don't break out your Doritos just yet in celebration."
Well, you know what it means, right? Like if they do that stuff, like DUIs for weed is how they're gonna make their money.
Oh, for sure.
Because what happens when you get a DUI for weed in the States is that, like, if you don't submit to a blood test, you can do two things. You can submit to a blood test, or they just take your license. And if you submit to a blood test, I mean, weed stays in your blood for 3 days or something.
No, it stays in your blood more than that, dude. It's in your
Oh, it
system.
stays.
They
It's
can
like
test
for
your
a
system.
month.
No, that's your
Yeah.
hair. That's your hair follicles. It stays in your blood for like 3 days.
Oh,
No,
this guy.
it stays in your urine for like a month.
Hey, a fish want to flip and then instantly hit and ran. That's
But like,
not
so
cool.
if you're a pothead, and you might not be high when you're driving, but if they suspect you are, then like
Yeah, they can still pull you.
they'll still get you. Like they'll just give you a DUI for weed.
Yes. Good morning. This is your 2:50. This is your 6 a.m. wake up.
They don't do that. They don't do that in the States.
Don't
I
laugh.
mean, for a minor maybe, but
They don't take your blood test here.
I mean, they're not going to get you for DUI for weed. So many people pop pills and shit here. I mean, how can they tell you're on weed?
6 a.m. wake up. Have a good day.
THC. It's like nothing else is THC.
Yeah, but they're not going to take your blood sample on the side of the road. That violates.
No, you gotta
freaking-
come. You gotta go down to the station.
Yes. Good morning. This is your 6 a.m. wake up. Have a good day.
No, they're not going to do that, man.
Yeah, they
like
would
you're
have to
saying-
like take you down to the station to do that.
Yeah, they do it. You can look it up. Like
In the
they give
U.S.
yeah, they give you a field sobriety test first, like they would with alcohol. And
See, but
if
there's
you fail
nothing that a
that,
field sobriety test can pick up from weed, because weed doesn't like make you disbalanced. It doesn't like make you like clumsy. You won't like stumble all over the place.
that's what they do though. They give you a field sobriety test, and then if they still think you're drunk, you can either consent to a blood test, or they can just take your license.
I'd be like, you know what? If you think I'm drunk, give me a breathalyzer.
Well, it's not drinking; it's weed. I don't know what they do. Like I do know what they do, but I don't know like the specifics. But that was the problem that was arising with making weed legal in the States. Plus, they'll tax it like crazy. They don't tax it like something you buy at like Walmart. It tax it like cigarettes and alcohol.
Oh, that's not cool.
Yeah. What do you think? They're gonna just put like 6% on it?
Well, I mean, this is kind of what it should be, because it's now going to be established as a good for purchase.
Yeah, but it's still a drug.
So are all the other drugs, like Chantix. Like that's got suicidal thoughts and actions are a side effect, and that's still legal.
Look at these flops.
Well, if they did it in California, you'd have to pay the state tax on top of it.
California had a proposition for an extra tax on soda that got voted no by the majority.
That's funny. An extra tax on soda. Well, soda is terrible for you.
He's got pocket sixes.
This guy has a check raise at 0% over 1.4 thousand hands. Pretty sure I'm up against a set, but screw me.
No,
good.
he's got an overpair.
Are you talking about table 4 or 5 or 6?
Ooh.
The bottom right.
Aw.
Diamond. Bink.
Nice.
See, you have to hand read that he's ahead of you, but still get all your money in, and then bink the river. That's the tip for being a pro.
That's how you're talented.
That's from Standard Niddles.
Nailburgers. The thing is, if he ever has anything that's not a set, I kind of have to jam, I think.
I don't like jamming with a 4 flush with 1 card to come.
They weren't deep either, though.
I had a gut shot, too.
Gut shot overs and.
Oh, yeah, I guess if you put them on a lower pair.
I
don't know, maybe that's the noob in me. I don't like doing it 1 card to come.
2 cards.
Oh, no, there's 2 cards.
Oh, there was 2 cards. Excuse me, I
Yeah.
just wasn't paying attention then.
I guess I could call, and if I hit, then get it in, and if I don't, just fold. But,
Yeah, but you don't know if he's gonna get it in if that flush card comes. So I think, yeah.
Yeah.
You're basically committing yourself anyway, and then on top of that, you're leaving value on the table if you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There also might be times where he just has like 10 jack of diamonds or something. I mean, I doubt it because he hasn't check raised once in 1.4 thousand hands, but
I thought 6s or 7s.
yeah.
Wow. So did he call or did he raise with pocket deuces pre-flop? Did he raise or what?
He limped and then he
Okay.
called.
Hey, did you call people for the 6 a.m. wake up at 6:07?
Yeah, my
The hell is that shit?
The clock here is a little off, dude.
Oh yeah.
Like in the hotel, it's 6 a.m., but like my iPhone is 5 minutes faster than the rest of the hotel.
Which is the world time.
Yeah, exactly. That is correct.
Mind me, never go there.
Yeah. There are so many
What if
things
they have
wrong
to
with
make
the
a
place.
train?
Hey, they should be paying attention to their cell phone, man. I can only do what they tell me.
That's
You
true.
know?
You could at least warn them when they do it. Just say, "Hey, our clocks are like a little bit behind or ahead or whatever."
Yeah, like I do. Like if someone seems like they're really cool, like a chill person, and they're not like really snooty to me, I'll be like, hey, just so you know, our clocks are like 5 minutes ahead or whatever.
If they're a
It's pretty
dick, I
chill
would never
that you
tell
can-
them.
Otherwise,
Pretty chill that you can be on Skype when you're working.
I just downloaded TeamViewer. I'm actually watching his TeamViewer. I didn't know that I could use TeamViewer for my iPad.
Yeah, I used to use it on my iPhone all the time.
See, I don't
Dude.
want to use it on my iPhone right now because I got so much other stuff on there, and it'll probably just blow up.
It's not too bad actually.
Can I ask you
remember-
how do iPhones not get viruses?
It's
I don't
not-
know.
it's Apple.
Yeah, like Apple just
You gotta
has the
remember,
way
the
that
only
they write their
programs-
stuff.
The only programs that work on Apple is stuff that Apple makes.
Makes or
Okay.
they approve. Or you
Approve
can
it,
get it jailbroken, and even with a jailbroken device, it's still really hard to get a virus or some sort of malicious malware.
Dude, Apple did
just
it
seems,
right. Like,
that just seems impossible to me. It uses programs, it uses the internet, anyone can hack it, email can initiate
No.
viruses.
no, it doesn't. It only
It don't.
uses stuff that Apple lets you use.
Like Apple really has an amazing like niche in the market. Like I can't even explain it.
They have a monopoly, man.
They straight up do. Their revenue stream rivals a majority, 80% of financial institutions in the world.
Yeah, I know. I know a little bit about Apple.
I remember watching their stock price when they were trading at like fucking $90-something a share. My rich uncle, he like makes $1 million a year. I'm like, Uncle James, you really need to drop $1 million into Apple. I was like, they're trading at 97 now. So look at the chart, and what do you know? A year and a half later, they were over Google.
It's like in the end of Forrest Gump where he's like, I invested in some fruit company, did great.
Exactly.
Well, if you look at about 10 years ago, 2001-ish, yeah, maybe shortly before Christmas, a little after September 11th, I guess, Apple was trading at like $7.
Yep.
Because that was before the iPod.
Yep, that was before the iTunes and all that.
That was it. Oh, iPod was actually about to come out. iPod
Dude,
came out in
iPods
like
didn't come
02.
out. iPods didn't come out till like 2003.
02, I think, was the first one.
Yeah, something like that.
That's when they had the spin wheel. That's when it was like a weird new concept. You're like, what is this weird device that holds my music?
They were just coming. They were just coming out with plasma screens.
Yeah, exactly. They just put together the first LCD TV where they had the little girl looking into the mirror where
Yeah,
she was standing
it wasn't
on the
plasma.
water.
It was LCD.
Yeah, there was like an elephant standing behind her.
First ones were plasma.
No, it was LCD.
LCD came out after plasma.
Yeah, LCD was supposed to be a step up from plasma. I thought plasma was the issue with plasma was that it was leaking all over the place and stuff.
I don't know.
Well,
Maybe.
plasma came out first, and then they had tons of issues with it, and then they perfected the LCD, and that took over and became the most popular.
And now we got LED.
Now we got an extra LED. Now we got smart TVs and 3D TVs and.
Yeah, I got the smart hub from Samsung. Man, that thing is fucking awesome. I love that thing.
3D TVs are still not that good.
No, there are some 3D TVs that are really good. Sony makes a sick 3D TV, but it's expensive as fuck.
They're getting a lot better.
The only one I've seen that's good, my brother has this like 55 or 60 inch like Sony 120 hertz TV, and it's pretty good.
Nice.
But like costs a shitload of money.
Yeah, it's wicked expensive.
I have a 25-inch computer, 3D monitor, and I had to buy like a 3D graphics card with it, and it's not that good.
True.
Like,
mine's not even 3D. Mine's like it's like a 42-inch LED, and that thing cost me like $1,000. Like, I felt nauseous when I signed the credit card receipt.
3D, LED, DVD, HDTV plus EV.
No.
Negative.
You and those one-liners, man.
And you can't even repeat that.
No, I can't.
I think that was technically 3 words. Oh no, 4 words.
Leave me alone, Pat. I got 47 more minutes to kill.
Sounds good to me.
Work 11 to 7.
Yeah, I work 11 to 7. Yep.
That's what I work, man. It's the worst.
I love it, man. I don't deal with all these people.
You don't do anything.
Yeah, the boredom is kind of tough. It gives me plenty
Imagine
of time.
having to like sweat your ass off at those hours of the night.
I would rather be sweating my ass off right now. Like, I'm literally sitting here with a shirt and tie, dress shoes, sitting here staring at my iPad.
Wait, do you want to hear something gross? Since I quit, I have not exercised once because I've been so happy to just sit on my ass. I literally have not had... The only increased heart rate I've had since September 12th is like going up and down the stairs.
That is terrible, Tildy. That is terrible.
Negative EV.
So great.
Definitely negative EV. I ride my bike at least 2.4 miles every day. Because, I mean, I bike to work and stuff, so I'm 1.2 miles away. So it's set up pretty nice where, like, my workout's kind of incorporated into my daily routine.
Oh, you gotta do that in a suit and tie?
Actually, I'm smarter than the neck guy. I leave my suit and tie. I leave my shirt and tie here, so that when they pick up dry cleaning, they take it for free, and I get my t-shirt sweaty on the way home instead of my nightshirt.
Nice.
Yeah, I did that once. I rode home with my shirt and tie, and I was like, no, never again.
I ride my bike to class, which is like a mile away, but I don't know why I'm like super competitive or something. I always have to like pedal super fast, and I'm super sweaty all the time.
Am I the only one here with the car, but the youngest?
Or maybe. I don't know, Brad, you got a car?
Of course, I probably got a car that was... I drive a car that was made before some of you were born.
Honda Prelude. Honda Prelude? No?
No,
The Mustang.
88 Mazda B2200 piece of shit truck.
Oh, beat you by a year.
I love the hell out of it because these people drive like shit here, and mine's paid off obviously and insured, so I'm just begging for somebody to nail me.
Please rear end me.
Yeah, screw.
It's like
even
slamming
have
at your
insurance
brakes at green
anymore.
lights.
Screw with me, please.
Just leave your keys in the ignition all the time.
No, because then I get a check for like $500.
Oh no, don't do that.
The great thing
bumpers
about
are made of-
Canada is
Your
Hopefully
there's
bumpers
so
are made of
little
styrofoam.
cops.
Hopefully I take out a Mercedes or something. I'm hoping.
Yeah, like some drunk guy in a Mercedes just like slam on your brakes on a green light.
Well, I don't want to die, but yes, that's the idea.
Well, I mean, like slow down, so he slows down too, and then after you're in control of his rate of speed, just slam on your brakes and let him rear end you.
Pull a Mexican move.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Pull a I ain't got no insurance move.
I mean, like when I ride my bike to work, like all these people, they like pull like half their car length. They're half a car length about in front of the white line at the stop sign. So I'm just really waiting for one of these times where I'm cruising along the sidewalk and someone just pulls out and smashes me.
Just take off
One
their
time
bumper.
in high school, I was riding my bike to school, and this lady, like, she was stopped at a stop sign, so I crossed the road, and she looked at me, but then she hit me. Like, she went to go and she hit me, and she just paid me $50. Like,
Wow.
she just got out and she was like so in hysterics.
You should
Don't
say,
tell your
like,
parents.
Oh,
Wow.
my neck.
Good
And she's
deal
like,
for
she's like,
her.
I'm so sorry. Please don't do
Yeah.
anything. Here's $50. And then she just threw the $50 at me while I was still on the ground. Got back in
Just
the car
ran
and
away.
just wheeled off. And I was like, ooh.
That's funny.
That is
I wasn't gonna
hysterical.
do anything. I was just gonna be like, it's okay.
She was probably
Like, see, this
rich.
got $50.
Yeah, it was great, man. I got to school and just spent 30 of it on food.
Get some poutine, huh?
No, I got the
I
nice
love
stuff
that
that
stuff.
day.
Dude, I love the poutine, man. That shit is awesome.
How do
Who
you
doesn't
spend
like?
$30 at high school?
We had
That's
a
a lot
nice
of-
cafeteria, man.
I felt like I hit the jackpot when I inserted $1 into the ice cream treats vending machine, and I picked the ice cream sandwich, and I actually got 3 ice cream sandwiches iced together.
Yes.
That's why you
Champion.
don't put frozen stuff in.
Vending
vending
machines or
machines.
closed spaces.
One time I was riding a bike with my friend when I was a kid, and we were going down a hill at like 30 miles an hour, and he drilled a parked car. It was freaking hilarious, right out of a movie. He flipped right over the car and hit the windshield and went over the car. It was freaking funny as shit.
That's amazing. I would definitely help him up, like hysterically laughing. Like, are you okay? Like trying to hold my laughter.
I was about 100 foot down the road, and I stopped, and I couldn't stop laughing. I couldn't help him because I couldn't stop laughing.
And that's when
You're
you
like, he's
go
rolling
over
on the
and he's
ground
just
in
on the
pain,
ground
and
with
you're
blood
rolling
pouring out
over
of his ears.
laughing.
Yeah, he
Twitching.
got scraped. He didn't break anything, but he got scraped up pretty good. But it was freaking hilarious. How do you hit a parked car, you freaking idiot?
That's awesome.
I think at first I would ask, "Are you okay?" And if he says anything, then I start laughing hilariously.
I didn't
Yeah.
care. It was just so funny. I didn't
Unless
care.
he says no, Derek.
Yeah, what if?
Or he flops around like a seizure.
Yeah, what if Pat hit a parked car and then he's like, "Help, Derek," and you just start laughing.
Hey Patrick, are you okay? Yeah. Ha 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 ha.
He's,
That's
fig-
terrible.
he's figuring out the mathematical odds in his head of survival. It doesn't look good, Patrick. I'll see
This
you
is why he
later.
would never get on a bike in the first place.
He cuts his
Like,
losses.
Pat, this is not looking good. There's no EV for me to help you here. I gotta go, buddy.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
It's best not to bring emotion into this decision.
Yes. That's correct.
Don't tell me what happens at Showdown.
Oh, that's terrible.
So, kind of just like went up a bite and a half and have been sitting there for like 2.5 hours or 3 hours or something.
You had some
Yeah,
hands
because
and nothing.
they're getting a long streak of not getting much.
Yeah. Like, I got some stuff and then it didn't work out. I got top set versus flush draw, lost. Got. I don't know, there's a couple other ones.
I'm actually still playing on a couple tables on each site just because this conversation is like keeping my mood fine, and I can keep going.
That's awesome. I'm glad I can contribute in some fashion.
Let it ride.
Oh, my dog is chewing up toilet paper, and I don't want to get up.
That's so funny. What if
Dogs
your
can't
dog?
die from eating that, right?
Well, what if he chokes on it and expands in his
Well, then I'll
throat or
get up.
something?
But I have all my stuff in my living room set up around my couch, and to get up is like
Oh, it's a
really hard.
process.
Huh?
It's a process to get up. You gotta like move this and move that.
I actually have to flip over the couch because I've encrusted myself in.
That's awesome.
Yeah, when I want to go to bed, I just close my eyes.
He
Been out
just
here
hits
for 2
Alt
days now.
F4, closes windows, and just passes out.
Yep.
Uh,
I've only gotten up in the last like 35 hours to just take a shit and eat.
That's weak, man. You gotta have like, a catheter hooked up, have like a special seat inside the couch to where you have like, toilet hooked up with like the drainage and stuff.
No,
Yeah, I'm
I
just kidding.
I will get up. I will get up to use it. It sucks, but I mean, I guess I could run like a tube to my toilet.
Thank you for calling the Historic Safety Harbor Resort and Spa. This is Justin. How can I help?
Hey, Justin.
Hey Justin, I'd like to make a 5:55 wake up call.
Oh, but make it 5:50, please, because I know you're 5 minutes fast.
That's why I said 5:55.
if I was more in the mood to play, I might sit down with you, Derek. Take this seat behind you here.
Do heads up for rolls.
What do you mean? I'm not too sure what your question is.
You should sit in position and min raise every hand. See what happens.
Yes, I didn't understand.
I'll try min raising the turn. What do you think, Tilty?
He'll put you on a set.
You asked me if we have it.
Min raise the turn.
It's-
Bluff min raise and the turn is a very underrated play.
okay, what I'll do is I'll transfer you to reservations, and then I'll answer any and all your questions that you may have. Please hold.
I think you could probably min raise a lot of flops, a lot of C bets.
I don't feel ridiculous.
Yeah. That used to be a
Hey, what's
good play, but people kind of caught on that when people do that a lot, it's usually air. So if the board is like, I don't know, Jack 5 Deuce Rainbow, people
Yeah,
generally
but
don't.
C bets are usually air.
Yeah. So it became like this big leveling war because on dry boards it doesn't really make sense to raise with anything. So people would like raise and then bluff shove over the top because they knew that they were raising with air. And because people were doing that, then they were raising, bluff shoving, and then calling off with like middle pair for value. It's kind of a weird dynamic.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up now. I think people just overall stopped doing that for the most part.
Yeah, it keeps evolving, man.
Yeah.
We might get back to it in a year or so.
Up.
There used to be a strategy where you would min raise from every position in 4-in. Be like under the gun, min raise.
I've seen some of that lately in the higher limits.
Yeah.
Some 200 NL will open min raise, make it small.
Welp, I just used up most of my run good.
So you used the last of your run good, or you started running bad?
I just got it in for a $60 pot at 25 NL with about 10% equity and got there.
Cool.
Did you stop and get some lotto tickets tonight, or?
It's an omen.
I mean, it was an overpair versus a set, but
So, nice little 2-outer on the turn.
on the river.
So it was a 20-1 equity, 5%.
No.
Holy crap, an $80 pot on when I had the favorite. Heads up.
Nice.
Well,
You won?
yeah, this has been quite the upswing in literally 2 minutes.
Nice.
Wait, so now you're up like $60 now?
Those two were on merge.
That was an upswing of about $80 in about the span of 2 minutes.
Wow.
Who had an $80 upswing?
Derek,
Nice.
he's running like baby Jesus.
Yeah.
Running like baby Jesus.
I'm gonna do one more orbit and end the session.
True, I hear that loud and clear.
I would
It's
have
like,
jumped
what,
on
3
with
a.m. over
Derek,
there?
but
What's up?
No, this is a good sign that I should stop too. It is actually way later than I expected.
Yeah, it's like 3:30 over there, right?
Yep.
I hope Brudge has like 6x.
Most likely. Ooh, the donk bet.
Yeah, he's got 6.
Now I gotta call down. Oh,
Yeah, like a champ.
he grows
Come
if
on,
he
bruh.
shows. If he shows, I have to call. I'm not
You
gonna
have
like
to.
it.
You're obligated.
Oh god, he did shove.
You think he's
It's
repping the ace?
that's sick.
hard for him to have a bluff here.
Yeah.
But we do chop a lot of aces. God, it's so hard for him to have a bluff. I call him to lose all my money.
That's the only thing you can hope he has is a
Yeah.
check.
It is an obligation.
He turned his weird hand into a bluff.
Wow.
I knew he didn't have it.
Overbet bluff.
Of all the
Alright,
hands to do that with, wow. Huh.
Yeah, that was weird.
27.
Yeah, I think Tubbs is here. I just did her valet last night. 227, right? Yeah. Wait, no, that's not 227.
227.
227.
Do 7.
I'm looking something up as far as rooms go right now. One of the drivers is asking me about a guest.
Ah,
No, I'm just watching my poker coach play a session. He heard me say do 7. Worst hand in poker, yada yada. Don't laugh at me, Patrick. I'm not having Tubbs in room 227. I do not have a Tubbs in 227.
Are they coming? Are they on their way?
I show Peter in 227.
Okay,
I can look up Rose Tubbs, but I know there's a Tubbs in-house.
There is?
I'm pretty sure.
That's a reservation. There would be a reservation over 227, right?
No, reservation's not, no.
I have no clue what he did here, where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah. There's no time on here either.
I guess it's 8 o'clock. He put Kevin down after not. He's got wireless. He does everything.
Oh, so maybe we didn't put the last name first, maybe last.
Okay. Got ready? Okay. Well, thank you. Continue.
longest session ever.
I'll be ready. You taking it? I'm taking it.
Okay. I don't show Rosie Tubbs in-house.
Must be a rival. Take care of this show before you take care of me.
I'm gonna have sir.
Because I got nothing to do.
What's going on here now?
I have a pair. That's what's going on.
All in.
Me.
Hey Matt, you want to play
Here's
some
what
League of Legends?
You guys have,
Oh,
Are you sure? I'm
dude, I haven't played LoL since the day I started playing Diablo.
oh, yeah.
I'm
My sister
pretty
found
good
it.
with Nautilus now.
Fuck. Me.
Nautilus.
I was working on trying to be a tank.
Check make sure that zero balance is accurate and correct.
No, I think I should know a lot more.
It's one of my better
But-
characters.
Well, you
Basically, just
have
max out
fun
health
with
and
deposit.
pwn noobs.
Yeah, I tend to get other people to pay for me.
There you go. That's the way to do it. All right, so you are paid in full, sir.
Thank you.
Good go.
See you this afternoon, Phil. Okay?
I'll see you, I'll be here for you.
Oh, sir, this is your copy right here. That's to be thrown away. Just to show you what we have on file, and that's stating you're paid in full.
Well, there's nothing there.
Well, it's got the letter. It's a lot more.
That's whatever. We'll see if it works out that way.
Hardy,
So, Pat, you
last
getting
thing-
ready to end your session? Looks like.
Yeah,
True.
got another hand or two.
He wants to go play League of Legends.
Some
Probably
LOL.
not bad.
Dude, the problem with that game is like,
It's free.
yeah, it's hard to play because there's so many retards.
Well, you have to find 4 other people
What?
that aren't retards, and then you win.
I'm not good at dealing with retards.
Or you could just concentrate on your own abilities and have everything.
Yeah, but the problem with that game is like it's so hard to carry people. So if they make some like, if they fuck up a little bit, it's fine. But like if they majorly just are feeding, it's so hard.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
And, like,
it's just
The way you win in that game is by making extremely impulsive decisions really quickly. Like if you're playing a character, like say you're playing Leona or something, and once they get like within range, you have no time to discuss whether it's a good option or not to leap to them. You just do it. So your instinctive reactions need to be very accurate, which comes with a lot of experience.
it is a slippery slope game, which can at some points create just periods of lame duck playing, but that's
Yeah.
why they have surrender option.
Well, in like ranked, people don't surrender first of all, really, and like when you get to the higher points, you get more of those like parts of the game where you're just middle and you're just boondoggling around each other's tower 5-on-5, or the game becomes about like catching the other team out of position. And in order to do that, you need to be really instinctive, because you just like need to do it if they're within range.
It's weird. You said you said you don't like losing, and yet the games you play are ones where you can do everything in your power perfectly and still lose.
I know. You don't know you don't know the amount of things I've broken over LOL compared to poker.
You break things at League of Legends?
No idea,
Why?
because I was reasonably high rated at one point.
But you don't win anything
That's right, you win nothing.
except for $1 million.
That's why LOL is kind of stupid. It's like, even though you don't win anything, it makes it so much worse to put in that much time and then have someone screwed up.
Well, it's a game. It's supposed to be fun. I mean, like,
I know,
poker's
and
supposed
LOL's
to be
not
fun,
fun.
too.
If I find it's not fun anymore, that's a good sign I should stop.
But you really can't. Like, if you're playing ranked or something and you leave, it's insta-ban.
I have a feeling that I am not even going to touch ranked.
It's good and bad.